something, but you never conclude top movie issue. Before you move to the next step, top movie say Papa Mohbad lie, and they never point the lie. Where Papa Mohbad lie number one. No, daddy, wait.
In my summary, I said the new platform spend all their time debunking lies.
Okay, sir. See what, sir. This top
I will
movie.
give you the opportunity to speak. Let that finish, and you will be next. Then you can speak, please. Let's bring it out. Thank you.
Very please. Today, can I switch to Douglas? People don't know me much as Lagbaja here, please.
Yeah, I know who you are. They probably know, but it depends on how you want to be addressed. Or I will call you Lagbaja at this point because that's what people can see. I don't want to get people confused.
Okay, so now I'm going to have the floor. I feel like three things that people have to be aware in this particular case is that first impression, you have to take your emotions off, regardless of whichever side you belong to. That's the first thing. Your emotion have to be on a different side, while you also be on a different side as well. The second thing is the fact that you have to know for a fact this guy wasn't killed by anyone, the wife or the people you guys have.
Let's use the word bite, please.
Okay, bite. So he wasn't bite by the wife. There's no way you want to argue it. You have to hold that as the second reason. And the third part you have to hold strong is the bully part. Those are the three things you have to be aware about. So when you're able to hold on to those three things, you will then see things differently. Because when you're being fixated about the fact that you assume someone else did this thing, and then every single time people try to give you a perspective, you become so defensive. You get, and I've seen people get their emotions invested in this thing. They've gotten to a point where they don't even see the reality anymore. They believe what a particular host is coming up to say about this case than what the police or what the people in charge are saying. Imagine someone who lived in the same estate is saying, there's no cloud storage, and then people would want to feel angered by that, and they want to start saying, he's saying those things.
And they decide to flag the show as well.
Exactly. So this is one thing. People are going against the reality, and what happens when people go against the reality? It all lies when you go against reality, because the reality is there. The reality is there. The experience for them, because I feel like at the end of the day, some people are going to see this thing as a waste of time, because you are not going to get what you believe. You're not going to get that person you want to go to jail. She's not going to go to jail. She's not. You get? So some people would then look back and say, I could have done something serious with my 14 months, 15 months on this case. I could have done something better. But if you take your emotions off, you take your bully part off, I feel like you would have a great time to meet with good people, see this case in a good perspective, and you would stop being biased. So I think it's all for my side for now.
Okay, thank you. Perhaps, as you can say, our biases are also, if you can mute yourself, please, our biases is also a problem in the last 14 months, because that takes us places that doesn't actually allow us align our minds to be objective, and then they actually cause people to be aggressive and be unkind to one another. And for the benefit of everybody listening, everyone who's joined the show, it is to be known that Lagbaja, as you can see, is indeed our class. Because I saw Lagbaja, I want to address him as Lagbaja, but he's actually said it's okay to address him as Daraglas, because that's who we know him as. So Daraglas, Lagbaja, thank you for that. Well, you're welcome in any form or shape, in any character you decide to embrace us. We appreciate. Okay, Jay Foyemole, you have the mic before we go to Mayor.
Sorry, host. Let me quickly drop this. I think periodically try to help us. Maybe you do a banner. Try to help us for people to know the topic we are discussing about.
and it will be good for us.
I think I put it somewhere. I don't know where it features, but I think I put it somewhere. I'm supposed to have a background, and I'm supposed to have somewhere else, and I type something in there to say.
I just do a banner.
Yeah.
So that you will know what we talk about. That's number one. Number two, I think what we all need to understand is we are human. There will be bias, but what is the degree of your biasment with regards to the cause you are fighting?
Yes.
Is it helping it? Is it not helping it? If the degree is it not helping it? If the degree
Mommy happiness.
Gained anything from it, and then negatives and positives. Where do we go from there? You know, upon reflection, has your time been put to a good use? Have you really sort of like gained something from it, as well as Madam Adene came earlier and said, you know, she's learned so much, she's gained so much, she's reflected. And people have actually been able to. Last week we covered something around, you know, this whole process in the last 14 months, how it's impacted our mental health, cyberbullying, the impact of any form of bullying people may have experienced. And we have professionals in the mental health industry, especially based in the UK. Yeah, they raised the occasion. They actually enlightened us. They welcomed the lady when she came, and it was so useful. If I can remember her name, I don't know whether it's Amina or something of that nature, but she did well. And then we are here today. We're now reflecting. This is affecting our lives. You're going to get dragged because you have a different opinion, because you put your opinion differently. As aristocrats is actually sort of like mentioned, we have our bias and our biases, and sometimes our biases doesn't actually help the process. It doesn't actually help our thoughts. If you sort of like, you don't have to be neutral to be objective. Because when you are neutral, you also have a problem, because you need to shape your mind in a way. That's why this course, when the process started, they would say, oh, don't mind the IT guy. He's working for me. He's on the Wumi camp. It's just saying it of the respect that I'm working. I'm not working for anybody. I'm not working for no camp. I don't have to debunk anything. You can think what you want to think if it works for you the way it does. If Comfy can drag me the way she drags me, I've never done anything to the woman. I've never dragged her before. She actually opened a show for me last Sunday. Can you imagine? In the background is my photograph, and she has opened a show for me. For what? If you come for Baba, I will come for you. What have I done to you? I think I've addressed that before the show started. J for Emele, you have the mic. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning to you. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, boss. Well, sir. Well, I really don't want to say anything because I'm here to learn. So, because I see you are here alone. You stay here with your platform, and Mr. Aristocrat is here. So, J Block was here too. So, I know, say, I can learn here today. I can learn. I no contract. But one thing we can make me go top movie side. And I top movie say Papa Mohbad lie. And you know the truth, right? If you know say somebody they talks in a lie, they talk, and you know the truth, why can't you speak out the truth for peace?
I don't know the truth about anything.
No, you talk movie, sir. No, not you, sir. It's talk movie, talk movie.
Okay.
It's talk movie. And secondly, this man, you say this man lie. about seeing blood in the house. You said to come and call the cover lie with lie. Somebody lie, you not talk the truth. You say the man a period now you see. Now you bring that false narrative. So we to this extent now we need to talk as a brother. We need to stay as family. We are one Nigeria. We need when we see somebody they lie. If we know say a lie, the lie, we will correct the person. Say this lie when you talk, you will know the truth. We talk say now. This thing a lie, now you talk, we just correct that comment. Not be you go they keep on to the spread the lie more. You can't even put more Maggi and salt because spices the whole things. You stop moving on now, they bring false narrative, they come up. We not in the house. You were not in the house. Nobody was in the house. Somebody that is in the house, say see with the eye. But you go come, you go to change the story. If you say person they lie, come they lie like that. Now you the lie, you not in the house. So now we have been this thing for over 1 year now. We should stop all those lies. We should go back to the plan board. Let's think with our own brain, with our head.
Let me slow you down a little bit. Let's not make it personal. And I'm sure the last 14 months you must have experience of first of all how you feel. Maybe you've been dragged before, maybe you've been called names before, maybe you've reflected and you want to change your ways, maybe you've tried to convince people to see things differently. I mean, what are your experiences?
IT guy, let me just respond.
We can't talk movies. We can't address this thing as we are not having a personal dialogue here. Please mute yourself. Talk movies. I'm trying to kind of stop that from happening. I don't want any personal dialogue here. We want
I'm not even ready for any. I'm not even ready to go that route.
You just need to mute yourself, please. Thank you. So, J4 Imole, what are your thoughts? What are your experiences? Just speak to us about your own take on the matter in the last 14 months. Your experience.
Yes, for the last 14 months, you not really do okay, not do good because a lot of lie, as you talk, say a lot of lie. But me, I don't know whether I lie they lie. You understand? So because there's nobody. The person who did the house not going to work and say sin a lie it be. So we can live that one. My experience it really affects me different way, different angle. It affect me getting money, affect me not having my own peace, my own sleep. It affect me different way, with different angle, with all way. Because really I do really love this guy Mohbad. I never know Mohbad from the beginning, but hearing his song alone, they give me joy, give me happiness, they make me happy. But seeing in that manner, the way it was buried, everything really affects me. I will not lie, not be according to say, I'm strong, not lie. The thing really affect me. But as far as me, I can't know my step, where my things, we are for the getter wrong, we are for the getter right. So I stick to my right place. I stay away from all those things when will make me call the thick somehow, some way, all those kind of stuff. So now I get myself back now. This is just it. Thank you, sir.
Okay, bear with me just a moment. Mayor 25, are you there? Mayor 25.
Hi, good morning.
Thank you.
Hi, good morning, Isaac. Can you hear me?
Very good morning to you. You are audible. Thanks for
good morning, everyone. Yeah, in line with your discussion about reflecting on how this has gone on in the last 14 months is part of learning. Because if we do not reflect, we are not going to learn on the process of how to move forward, what else can be done. And for me, one of the things is for us to be, like you said before, to be open-minded, to have the ability to learn and to change process. I think, and Yorubas, we said that, we could still do it. We could still ask the government for health reform. Because to be honest, from my experience is, this person had an anaphylactic reaction. And one of the things we should be clamoring for from the state government, from the federal government, is how we can have access to quick health response, quick emergency response, as they have in the Western world. Having health reform, having restrictions on anyone being able to walk into any pharmacy or chemist to buy any form of medications or injections. Having polyclinics in each area, teaching, health prevention, health education, public health sensitization. this could have been used as part of this. Some of the money that has been raised in this journey could have been used to even buy an MRI machine, a CT scan machine in Ikorodu, in some localities. Some of these things we do not have it. As we are giants of Africa, but we lack so many things. This could have been an avenue. As unfortunate as the situation is, we could have used, a good thing could have still come out from it. Something could have been named after this young man. A lot of positivities could have come out of it, but we just mess things up. And of course, the government, the system is going to look at us like, these people are not serious, and that is why we are here. What can be used for a bad situation has happened. The positivity that could have come out of it has been turned into a money-making machine. So many things. Helping the government. Okay, we were trying to take him to the hospital. There is traffic. There is this. There are bad roads. All these things could have been addressed. This situation brought a big platforms out that could have been used for something. So I'm still going to say it, like I said before, we can still retrace our steps and go back to the drawing board and ask ourselves, what exactly do we want for our country? We cannot do anything without having proper health accessibility. Growing up, while we're growing up, there used to be those polyclinics, those little clinics in each areas where children can go for immunization and all those things. Most of these things have been scrapped. All these things could have been used. All this, the opportunities were there, but it was turned into a personal vendetta. It was turned to a money-making machine. So for me, I would still say that we could still go back and ask the government for help, for proper health reform. Thank you.
Mayor 25, mute yourself. Everybody mute yourself. I just want to touch on some of the items in that submission. Welcome, and thank you for that. Yes, there is usefulness upon reflection. I think that everyone across the board, whether you're in diaspora, you're in Nigeria, whether it's a government, whether it's a local government, we need to learn a thing or two about this process, the failings of with regards to the system, the police, the authorities, perhaps more like some of the amenities that we should have, and various other aspects of public fund that needs to be kind of spent appropriately. Maybe the government, maybe the system can actually learn some from this process, the deficiencies and the faults where it may be. You did mention something salient that I actually kind of think is useful. Perhaps by now, if African television has been allowed to do what it wanted to do originally as a foundation, maybe we would have had something little, even if it's a house somewhere, a little sort of like gizmo somewhere, anything of unit somewhere that kind of pays tribute to Mobile, whether it's in Ikorodu, whether it's in anywhere we can associate his work to his lineage, his family, maybe we then end up with a museum, and even right now, maybe a foundation would have been making money out of memorabilia, people visiting, and perhaps that money can go a long way to kind of help people with Mobile or his father being the page boy, as we want it to be, and use that kind of money and that kind of proceeds to promote a number of things in terms of what may have happened, the support that the father should have actually got, whether the hurriedness of burying the body is to do with lack of help and support from the system, whether it's something else we don't know, the case continues. But thank you so much for that, because in anything we do, we need to think about mental health, we need to think about mental well-being, we need to kind of think about nearness to kind of amenities that will keep us alive. In this case, it's incredibly kind of worrisome that at some point in the process, there are two hospitals just sort of like thrown probably even a walking distance from their home, and nothing actually happened. I think with that, we probably can't blame the government. And I don't know the amount of traffic you can have that someone who is actually going through a very high degree of sufferance is taking over 24 hours for us to walk across or even lift him across. And even if we kind of lift him in a stretcher, we should be able to walk to the hospital. So we need, as much as we are addressing the key points in that submission, we also need to look at the responsibility of people around him. At the time he was suffering, at the time we were waiting for the nurse, there are 2 hospitals nearby. And if someone is weak to a point that they no longer useful to themselves and their health is deteriorating, I think they don't have a voice anymore for someone to say he said he doesn't want to go to the hospital and all that kind of malarkey. But thank you very much for that submission. Let's go over to Oluwatosin.
Can I quickly say something? Sorry.
Okay. Quickly.
From your last statement, this is where health education comes in. If we are aware, then we'll be able to take appropriate action. That is where it comes in. What I'm talking about, health education.
I stepped out a bit because I needed to ease myself. I think I missed a bit of that. But yeah, that's a useful point because we need to educate ourselves, as we all know, in Nigeria especially. People will just say, calling us. It's something that I've been not a party to, but has actually kind of affected, let me say my mom, because they just get used to all this stuff calling us. And if the nurse comes in, the nurse is not a doctor, doesn't have all the equipment to kind of do the initial assessment. They make a wrong assessment and say, just have a rest. And then you find out the person don't buy in the morning, So, health education is key. Mayor Tondofabi making an incredibly useful point there because I have my nurse. I think normally in a real world, when I was growing up in Nigeria, because I spent 19 years of my life in Nigeria before I headed back to the UK. In that period of time, I know about family doctors, not family nurse. Not family nurse. Nurse is not useful to you. Because a nurse will come with a doctor. Or a doctor will call a nurse if he needs the nurse's attention. Then the nurse will go, the doctor will go, do that. Nurse, blah, blah, blah. Gets on a motorbike, come here straight away, blah, 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 blah. I need you to take this observation, take the blood pressure, take all this stuff. And then, if we do all that with the doctor being there, and then looking at the prognosis and the initial assessment, okay, now says your temperature is okay. You can see your eyes are not dilated or whatever, no issue or whatever, you're not suffering from jaundice or anything like that. Maybe it's just a bit of fever to do with this and that. Let me finish this. And then they will now say, okay, what we're going to do now, we're going to put you on the observation. The nurse will come back 4 hours later or tomorrow. In the meantime, the nurse send it to the pharmacy. This and that, blah, blah, blah. Get this, blah, blah, blah. But people will always have rich people and normal people. We have a family doctor, not a family nurse. Not a nurse around the corner somewhere you're just going to go. They go to the chemist, go and get a syringe, put something in it, come and choke you and then kill you. Who called my attention just now?
Hi, Chigai.
Who's that? Oh, Labaja.
Yes, that's me.
Make it brief, please.
Yeah, yes, please. When was the last time you came to Nigeria?
Nigeria wasn't too long for me. My mom suffered a mild stroke, and I was in Nigeria maybe in the last 8 months or so. Roughly.
Okay. Good. Do you know anything about how people? Good. Why are you comparing how UK medical system works with that of Nigeria?
No, I'm actually talking about Nigeria. I wasn't talking about UK at all. I was talking about Nigeria, not here. I said,
okay, do you know that it's a common practice?
I spent 9 years of my life.
Do you know it's a common practice for people in Nigeria to get treated by nurses instead of doctors? Some even go to pharmacies instead of hospitals.
Class, what I'm trying to say is I grew up in Nigeria. 19 years of my life I spent in Nigeria. I saw these people go to chemists. People want to do abortion. They go to chemists to go and get injection and they die. You will see people going from chemists, carrying a child that they've injected something wrong. The child is convulsing, and they are now rushing the child to Luth. Why did you not go to Luth in the first place? Why did you then?
Okay, another question. There's a question.
Go on.
And that is part of the public health sensitization. I think part of this G4M should have been used for is to clamor for sensitization of the public. Because to be honest, like you said, people go to clinics, to chemists, and all those things. The fact is, most people that own the chemists are they trained pharmacists.
They are not even pharmacists. You know, just open the chemist because they got the money to open the chemist. Because they can make money out of it.
Some are not trained.
They are not pharmacists. They just open the chemist.
To be very honest with you, sorry, that's
There's this other question apart from my rights not to this thing that we need to have asked this guy. How far is the hospital from house? People claim it is 5 minutes. Have you asked anybody that lives inside that estate?
Well, no, what we need to do, I think, what's his name? Sakuma is someone who's done some videos around the area, and there are people who are giving us description of how, if you get to the end of the road and you turn the corner, you will be able to see the hospital from the other side of the street. So it is actually thought that it's almost a walking distance. And no matter what traffic or whatever it is you experience, it's just
let me interject you. There are questions you need to ask Sakuma. How many gates does Royal Pine have? The estate, how many gates? How many entrances? The one going to Mubat's house, is it the first, second, or third gate? What's the distance from
Let's
Mubat's house?
Let's take that to another session. Let's hope that anybody in the comment section, let's hope they can direct us to someone who can give us that answer. Because I don't have the answer and I don't want to speculate. But maybe when we do another show, we have Sakuma. Sakuma is very...
I'll do that in another session.
Yeah, then it's very articulate.
I'll do that in another session. There was a time I was in Lagos, and I actually did a video coverage about the distance from the gates to the hospital. So people saying that it's a walking distance. I can walk in 10 minutes. I can walk in 15 minutes. Don't worry.
Lagbaja, let's take it like this. You see, they always say tales from diaspora. It is either less or added to. Now, if you have done something around it, let us know. But this is a basic fact. And let us work with those basic facts. Irrespective, maybe it's 20 minutes, it's 10 minutes, it's 1 hour. Is there an hospital facility close to the residents that could have been used? Yes. Wait now. I am not in the enterprise going through that route. I don't want to go through that route. Let's stay with the topic, because once you go through that route, you'll be arguing.
Let's do something. Mute yourselves. Mute yourselves. Lagbaja, mute yourself. Right? Mute yourselves. So what we're doing is we reflect. Yeah. There are items that will come up that we should not dwell on and discuss and bend and twist. The reason being that, as Aristocrates said, is there a hospital with useful facility around the area? Whether it's 15 minutes, whether it's 20 minutes, if the answer is yes, let's talk about someone not wanting treatment another time. Let's just focus on the topic so that we allow people to speak, we engage, because we're here to reflect and we're not here to point fingers or blame. We're not here to put corrective measures in place, and obviously we don't want people to get personal and start attacking themselves. But the both of you have made useful points for Aristocrat and Tower Class. You can unmute yourself and carry on, but I don't want us to bring something that is not part of this topic in. So I respect your comments all the same. Please do it.
Yes. Let me just quickly buttress what Mayor said. And I think what Mayor said is part of those things that people should be advocating for. There is lacuna everywhere. Even in America, there are things that are not perfect. People talk about their policing as much as people come out to praise it. People living within America, we talk about how shitty their system is. We talk about many things. That can never be perfection. Now, if we have this kind of public convergence, we should be able to identify the issues and be able to advocate for it. Now, what she has said is my forte. Grassroots advocacy when it concerns primary health. Now, and I will say categorically to anyone that lives in Nigeria, especially in the Southwest, the states have done tremendously in the area of giving public advocacy to how to explore the usage of primary health. They have done it. We can stay outside and blame them, but you need to get involved. You need to see how people are doing this advocacy. But the question is always this. Culture will always eat strategy for breakfast. When the people refuse to shift from their medieval attitude, no matter what the government does, it will not change. There are community practitioners, CDA, CDCs. There are kings and chiefs. It is community people that are chairman of World Health Committees. And they deal with people when it comes to usage of primary health. But do people still use it? No, they still go to Baba Ologu, still go to Baba Bamishe, go to Elewe Omo to go and give birth. This is the problem you have. But when there is calamity, everybody goes back to government and blame government. There are individuals, there are NGOs that have been spending their money on primary health advocacy, primary health infrastructure building, but people still don't listen. So we still need to come to that part to begin to tell ourselves, for those who are enlightened, for those who understand how it works abroad started from somewhere. Nigeria cannot be abroad. We can't compare ourselves with them because they move in certain trajectory. Now we are where we are. How can we? Number one, let's take a good example. IT Guy is living in UK. How is IT Guy using his experience regarding health, regarding responding to issues like this, to educate people back home and say, wow, on your own. This is what we also need to do. Government cannot do it all. As a matter of fact, who is government? Is it not us? So, and that is why I liked what Mayor said. This is where people should rally together. Not blaming. You don't blame because you need to be there. I have been a chair on a number of primary health. I know my effort. I know the effort of community people. But still, when they know they share money, people know they come. Even when government is doing child delivery for free, and they will still give them 5,000 to go back home, they refuse to use it. These are the people we have. When people always blame. But you should first ask them, what action have you taken? Let's look at this case we are talking about. We are talking about individual from 30 to 20. Are you telling me they are not enlightened enough to understand that they need to give this guy even first aid when he got injured? If he got injured.
Unfortunately,
a whole lot of things that is what must be done.
Sorry, aristocrat.
You need to mute yourself, please. I'm sorry, we come back to you.
Okay.
Carry on, aristocrat.
So what am I saying? A whole lot of things has to be done. Let us point to something else. Without teaching, don't you remember when Liam was to be given birth to? Where was he parted? Where was he parted? So can you now blame people, young people growing up, who rather go to Elewemo or allow someone to make them to go to Elewemo to go and give birth? Why would they quickly rush to the main hospital? So you can see that this is kind of orientation that they've had, hormonal orientation that they have, that instead of you to go to Optodos centers, they rather patronize small chemists, CC nurse, auntie nurse, Iya Metro, or go to Babelewemo to give birth. And when there is complication, they begin to shout, government is not good. Every one of us is responsible. As we are talking here, it shouldn't stop on social media. We should say it to people that are close to us ourselves. We all need to be involved. At the end of the day, government position are transitional. Someone else will come, but the people remain. People must change for better. And thank you, my sister, for bringing out that topic. This is a cause worth engaging in, and people should engage in it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, aristocrat. Thank you so much. Mayor 25. Yeah, hold on, Douglas. Mayor 25, we're going to touch on that. We're going to come back to that again. Hold on a moment. Let me just do some little stuff here. I love to kind of do it now that I'm...
All right, thank you. I'm going to try to invite someone else.
Thank you so much for your contribution, and I will try and open a show again just to cover this topic, and I hope I don't forget. I think I shouldn't. We're gonna make a topic out of it, and you will be invited. Really appreciate your contribution. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, Douglas. You're trying to say something, Douglas?
Okay, let me
I have what do I to say? I want to say that I want to answer.
Okay. This is actually a very brilliant observation from Mayor and also from aristocrats. In fact, we need to let our government know that we're in full support that healthcare facilities has to be very close to our homes, and people have to be orientated on some simple some health practices, CPR, how to actually even revive somebody who fainted and things like that. So there are so many things we also need to learn. We also need to encourage the government to also do this. In so many things has Justice Omobat taught us on so many things. I said something on Tennis Platform one day. I said it is now high time that young individuals, if you know you're making money, try to write a will. Try to write a will. Don't say you are too young to die. Anybody, you don't know what day you signed. You don't know what day you're going to expire. Why don't you get yourself a will? Another thing is this: you are young. There's a thing that I usually advise guys: make sure your nuclear family is the closest to you. There are things that you have to set up your nuclear family that, yes, let them have a gesture before you start remembering your extended family. If you know you're not married, yes, you can do for your mom, you can do for your dad, you can do everything. But so far you're married, let them know that these two have become one. That is what the Bible says. These two have become one. So far you are one flesh. Do everything possible to make them satisfied. Not that if something happens to you, they will now be victimized and things like that. This happens to so many people in African families that it is the extended families or their friends that they spend for instead for the wives or the children they have at home. These are ways that, and then another thing we should know is this. It is not all the time that there is a protest that Nigerians should go into the streets to destroy properties. If the forensic facility created by the Lagos State government, that it was the biggest in West Africa, or probably Africa, I don't know the statistics, one of the biggest and the best in Africa, was destroyed during the NSAS movement. If this had not been done, I'm very sure the Justice for Mobile movement would have ended in 6 months. Autopsy and toxicology would not be taken to NMS lab. It would have been done in Nigeria. It would have been supervised by the Lagos State government, and this thing wouldn't have been having this back and forth. Autopsy was done, taking samples abroad. That is even expensive. So it's also a learning phase that people in Nigeria should know something. Say no to destruction of properties or government institutions when it comes to protest, or you want to declare. So we are now suffering this. Another thing that we should also learn is this. Estates on the island should ensure that they have cameras around the estate, so that issues like this would also have evidences apart from fiscal witnesses and things like that. We should also have something that IT could also help us resolve. That's what I just want to say. Thank you.
Thank you, class. Interesting point. Before I go to Oluwatosin, a recap on what we've discussed before May 25 dropped, and Aristocrat obviously was his contributions to it as well. So health education is key. I'm sure it's happening. We have NGOs, we have foundations that are doing the best they can to promote this cause, but maybe we need to do a lot more. Maybe as people, as government, maybe there needs to be, adverts in the news, maybe billboards, maybe radio station, just to wake us up. Maybe the government needs to take this case very lightly and actually see the failings or deficiencies that are there. Whichever way there is taxpayers' money being used for all sorts. Maybe it can actually use it to keeping people alive more than anything else. And another thing, obviously, that our class Lagbaja touched on, which is also key, supreme, is that when you are young, from the age of 18, you may not sort of like take it seriously. Then you get to the age of 21, you may not take it seriously. But by the time you start getting to the age of 25, you start looking at a future. Why? Because you can just get someone pregnant tomorrow. You can have a baby. You become a father. You become sort of like responsible. And as a responsible husband, father, boyfriend, whoever the case may be, if you assume that responsibility, start thinking about health insurance. Start thinking about life assurance. Perhaps start thinking about writing a will. Maybe one day you hit stardom, you're as big as Whiskey, or you're as big as Davido, or as big as Odogu, and even as big as Mohbad, because he was about to really explode big time before his life was shortened and actually taken in a very kind of a sad way. If you're young, start thinking about how you're going to protect yourself, your family, your future. Start putting something in place, however little it is, little drops of water, a few grains of sand. Now that will make the mighty ocean. So let's have Oluwatosin if we get lucky. We've been keeping you waiting for a bit. Are you there? And I know some people have waited a bit and I don't know, they have other things to do. Carry on. You have the mic, you have the floor. Thank you so much.
Yeah, good morning, the ex-guy, and everyone here on the panel and people in the comment section. I greet everyone. Based on the initial subject matter being discussed, which is a reflection on the whole justice for Mohbad within the past 14 months, and let me put this caveat here. Anything I say is my personal opinion regarding this subject matter. So I'm not doing back and forth with anybody. Maybe if you think what Eric as I'm saying does not suit you, it is my own opinion. And the thing is, if we want to have a reflection, then we need to take it back to the start, where this whole thing started from, what brought us into it, or what brought me as a person into it. Because I guess along the line, over the past 14 months, we realized the fact that people in this whole cause or movement called Justice for Mohbad are in it for various reasons. You might think you're looking for justice. For some people, it is their own business. For some people, it is personal vendetta and the likes. Now, for me, what brought me into this whole thing? When the news came out about the demise of this guy or whatsoever, I guess the first news or what came out on the social media space, which was posted by Instablog, was the fact that the guy passed on because of ear infection. And another blog, Gistlover, came out to debunk it. No, it's not ear infection, it's this, it's that. And before you know it, few hours later, we start seeing videos of deep beating, bullying, and everything. And I guess that is what caught the attention of so many Nigerians, me inclusive, to come into this case. And when this whole movement started, Justice for Mohbad, everybody were together. The aim, the goal was the same. Even the first set of interview they had with the father and everything, 4, 5, 6 different interviews that the father had. He didn't mention that maybe somebody caused the death of his son or anything. In fact, there is an interview where they were asking him specifically if he thinks maybe there is a foul play in the demise of the guy. He said no. When they even asked him about those who bullied the guy and everything, he said he didn't think like anybody can do that. That's one fear on it. Everybody were on the same page. Now, how did we get to the divide of the side? Me, I can tell you for a fact that I'm a supporter of Wunmi. And people should get this fact right. Supporting Wunmi does not mean that if as of today, the authorities say that there is an evidence pointing to Wunmi as the perpetrator of this crime, that she should not be arrested. That's not it. When this whole thing started, you know the whole African mentality about the fact that once the husband, passed on, the wife becomes the victim instantly. And while they were doing that, this girl or this guy has a 5-month-old baby. If you were within the space of the social media space then, the curses, the bully and everything was just too much. And some people, myself inclusive, feel like, no, this is totally wrong. Things should not be like this. If you are accusing this girl of doing this thing, bring your proof. At least in law, they say that you are innocent until proven guilty. Then people started coming up with so many narratives. Yes, say, then say, they came up with narrative like, oh, he was stabbed, he was this, he was that. Bring proof. While people were coming up with different narratives, those involved directly were also bringing out some certain talks or discussion tilting towards that side, and that is how we got here today. When those who call themselves the public come up with lies, those who witnessed the whole thing that happened firsthand, they didn't come out to debunk anything. And you know one thing about lie, if you allow a lie to try for so long, people start taking it as the truth, which is the major elements that brought us here. So sometimes when people talk about, oh, they're still moving, they are supporting this thing. No. People should get it right. The thing is the fact that some people say that, no, you cannot start this whole widow victimization all over again. And you causing a 5-month-old baby. 5-month-old baby. There was a time whereby every day on some platform, once they on their life, from not go into that. Now, 14 months down the line, there is no evidence anywhere. And these are the things we keep asking today. So if we are saying we want to reflect on this whole cause for justice for Mohbad, I do see it on our own platform. I don't believe there is any justice anywhere. Because this is what we are going to get. Now we've gotten to a point whereby, like, just like you, your topic, like, we need to reflect on ourselves. What exactly is the justice? Is it, the thing is, the justice we talk about is justice for Mohbad. But what exactly are we doing today? Justice for Baba, justice for Mumi, justice for Mama. That is what we are doing today. So it is not about one camp doing this. No, because the honest truth is, if you come for me today, there are soldiers who are going to come for you. If you come for Baba today, there are people who are also going to come for you. Now, in all of this, show me where the interest of Mohbad is. The lifeless body of that guy for over 14 months is in the morgue. And we need to ask ourselves, why is the body of that body still in the morgue? Because some people, some dumb told somebody that, oh, if you bury the boy now, you've buried the evidence. So the thing is, tell me what evidence you want to bury. You've conducted your own private autopsy, you've done your own toxicology, the government has done their own. You disagree with the government, you've done your own. Now the case of the DNA, you've been able to reach the mutual ground with the widow. Now the thing is, now ask yourself, what exactly is the delay of letting the soul of that boy to rest? But nobody's talking about that. Everybody wants to come out every day. Oh, heard about this, Momida, he had this, he had that. But what about the guy in question? Everybody, so let me tell you something. To me, everybody, including the family, has forgotten about Mohbad. Everybody has moved on. Now it is about the personal agenda and interest of everyone. If you ask me today, yes, I'm a supporter of Wunmi, but as it is today, if I'm to talk to Wunmi, it is about protecting her interest. Because there is nothing anybody is going to do as of today that is going to bring the guy back. Now, the thing is, the authorities have investigated, done their own part. Each time the police, you said the police is compromised. They go to inquest, corona inquest, the magistrate is compromised. If you listen to those who witnessed the situation, those who were in the house when this whole thing happened, if they come out to talk, you say it is a lie. But you that you are miles away in America, in UK, that you've not been to the house before, or this thing, you can come up with conspiracy theory, and that is the truth. Just imagine what is going on now. To any reasonable person, if truly there is a CCTV, and the way these people have painted Wunmi and her gang, she has the godfather and everything that is covering her and everything, won't they have tampered with that CCTV footage for in over 1 year? And somebody is seated somewhere, twisting the brain of some people, saying, oh, the murder weapon and the evidence is this, is that, is in the CCTV or whatsoever. This is the same person who said he has gone to the police. Before he ran away, before he did his jackpot, he said he has given everything to the police. Why is it that as of today, he's not telling the public to call out the police and hold them responsible? Why is it coming now? This same person came out some few days ago to say like, oh, the police are doing a fantastic job regarding this case. This is the same police you said you gave evidence now, and they did not do anything about it. But today you are saying, oh, they are doing a fantastic job. Now you want the public now, you want to rile up the public that there is a CCTV somewhere, they should go somewhere to go and get the court order. As if like court order is something you get from a business center. But the thing is, he knows the kind of people he is dealing with. Because these people have wallowed so much in this their illusion that this illusion they now see it as a reality. I was listening to a lady called Anna Sukwo on a platform, and she was talking about the CCTV, and she was saying, oh, maybe if they get the CCTV, it would actually lead them. She's praying that at least he give them an evidence to lead them to the suspects to which they have in mind. So the honest truth is, to majority of the people on this whole justice saying they are seeking for justice, it has to end in one place, which is Omowumi being the victim of everything that has happened. If tomorrow, sir, you the IT guy, if tomorrow you hire a private investigator, they bring the best of the best from America or anywhere. They do the investigation, do the toxicology, do everything. And you come out and say like, no, this is like, okay, Omowumi did not have a hand in it or whatsoever. They will tell you you are compromised, you are biased. Why is it that each time you try to have another opinion to what they are saying, they call you anti-justice? Do you know how we got here that they call us Timumi or whatsoever? It is what people like you, the likes of maybe like Aristocrats, Aries, African Television, and the likes, they are doing now. These were the things we were doing from the start. Asking questions. You say you saw pool of blood. We ask you like, there is no way you will tell me like, even if it is your dog, your cat, or whatsoever, you got to a house, you saw it lying lifeless on the ground, and you are seeing pool of blood. Won't you question them and everything? Won't you hold the wife responsible or do this thing? We were asking these questions. They said, no, you cannot cry, you cannot, is the grieving father, is the best father of the year, is the this, is the that. We agree. Nobody is saying that the Baba did not try. Raising his child alone for over 10 years or whatsoever. Nobody is saying he did not try. Nobody did not say, don't give him his flowers. But if you start saying some certain things that are questionable, then who will question you? This whole incitement about the whole thing started from the series of interviews Baba was having then. He was the first person to come out to say like, I hate her. She fucks around. If as of today, the IT guy, if as of today, you hear anybody calling Wumi, Ashanaleki, Transformer, or whatsoever, it actually originated from Baba. He was the one who brought it online, that the girl was fucking around, that when they were in Malian house, he had that she would put something in the guy's food and go and sleep with another person. What's the name of the person who gave you this information? Nothing. So the whole foundation of where we are today was actually laid by some people, just like Top Movie was saying. But as it is today, IT guy, I put it to you or anybody, tell me this whole case or this whole justice that people say like, okay, the father is the captain of this movement today, as if in anywhere, as of today should be maybe, is it 22 now? Today is 22 of November, which is going to be like about 14 months after. Ask them if any of the family member has officially anywhere reports the death of that boy. I'm not talking about when they invited them to come and write statement that police did, that I'm not saying it. Like officially anywhere that they've gone to report that case. Why is it that till today, Baba said when they left the house, they went to one police station. Why is it that till today, 14 months down the line, nobody can ask Baba that what is the name of the police station? So that people can call out the police in charge for negligence of their own duty and everything. Why is anybody not talking about it? People will definitely cherry pick to suit their own narrative. There was a time when they were pushing, have you asked yourself, the whole narration of they stabbed him, where did he come from? And there was a time, let me tell you the problem they have, where there's so many problems on this whole case. Do you know the reason why they went to go and get Sanshitu? Barrister Odumosu was the lawyer in charge. The man made only one mistake. By going on QH radio, and the Mr. Hamzat asked him about the stab, and the man said the truth, that they went to go and check the body of Fumo, that they did not see any stab. That those pushing the narrative of stab, he did not know where they got it from. The next day they started pushing it that the man is compromised. And that was what pushed them to go and hire a son. The thing is, if you cannot dance to their tone of lying, they call you anti-justice immediately. You become the enemy. Ask them valid question. That as of today, you said you've done your own autopsy and toxicology report. Are you telling me their pathologist has not briefed them about the outcome? Why are they silent about everything? Because the honest truth is there is an agenda to bring this whole thing around a certain individual. And those who are in charge of discharging and bringing that thing to reality are doing it effortlessly. But because in law, at least maybe aristocrats will borrow me this one. In law, they say you cannot build something on nothing. That is why it's as if like we are running through circles for the past 14 months. There is no fact, there is no evidence. The only way forward on this justice is if we truly need justice is if anybody comes out, these people should tell them you should bring out that evidence. After 14 months, we should have gone past the whole idea of assumption. Somebody comes to start doing African magic, saying there is this thing somewhere, there is this thing somewhere, there is this thing somewhere. No empirical fact anywhere. And you still see people wake up every day, still come and tell you, it is for me that I the guy, it is for me that I the guy. Tell them to bring proof. Who exactly is Wumi in the scheme of things that she would be holding a whole country to ransom? Either we like it or not, on this whole case of justice for Mohbad or whatsoever, there are hundreds of thousands of people invested in this case, if not millions. So who is that sports Congo? Who is that person that you think like, okay, as the backing of Wumi, and Wumi would have hired this innocent young guy, and she would be walking free. And she will be walking free. IT guy, please, can you try to ask these people the petition to which I guess it is maybe like Lady Aries and the likes that they wrote regarding the empowerment that took Darusha and the likes, they invited Darusha, Adura, Wumi and the likes to Zone Sudan. Why is it that they didn't come out to tell the public the end of that case? Why did they hide that information? See, the thing is this, let me tell you what these people have successfully done. If anything comes up that does not suit their narrative, they try to sweep it under the carpet and act as if nothing happened. As of today, what is the outcome of that Sotu petition of Darusha? Where is it? It ended the same way African television case. They went to go and sue African television case. The same way it ended. A global talent died. And some people after a year did not even ask you as the family to bring money. They said they want to honor his memory and his legacy. Somebody said like no, that the body of the boy is in the morgue, so nobody should do anything. But the person who is telling you the body of the boy is in the morgue, that they should not do anything, has released the full album. The music video.
Let me translate that a bit. Give us a summary because I need to bring.
So what I'm trying to say is this, that this whole thing, you understand? Àwọn Yorùbá máa ń sọ kan ní pé amúkùn ẹrù ẹwọ́ ó ní òkèlè ẹwọ́ ẹ̀wù sálẹ̀. This whole thing, the foundation of what the whole cause of justice was built on as Otiwolatile. It was built on blatant lies and conspiracy theory. Now people are finding it hard to hold on to which the truth is in all of this. And that is why after 14 months, we are still here. So my own final submission is, and every one of us should please do better. Let us emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. Somebody will just say something, they will just run with it without fact-checking it. It is totally wrong, and that is why we are here today. Thank you for this opportunity. I appreciate your platform. God bless you, and I'm so sorry if I've taken much time. God bless you all. Thank you.
Congratulate yourself. Let me see if I can find that thing to clap for you because although we don't do much of that here, but I think you're going to get that. Is it coming? You have been beautiful, I must say. I love your submission. I don't know, maybe you're busy and you have to go. Yeah, that is for you. The applause is for you. That kind of sits stand by top movie submission as well. It's where the distractions are, and I think I've taken something off that. First, we need to do the health education, apart from, according to Mayor 25, Oluwatose is also enlightening us at the end of the day. When we do that, we align that with petitions. Where are the petitions? Where are the cases? Where are aspects of things that have been brought to light, that's been brought to the courts and the proceedings and the procedures that suddenly disappeared? How did that happen? What is the outcome of some of these processes where, something is not public? Yeah, we can see it, and suddenly it just fizzles out, just dies out. Nobody's talking about it. Why are we not talking about it? That's a useful one, but gosh, I love your submission. You will come again. I will sort of pay attention to your name and make notes. That was beautiful, fantastic. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for that submission. I appreciate that people are busy. I hope you do join us again when we go live. And when I say we, that's every single one of us, because without you guys, this show is impossible. Escape, let's have you. Thank you.
Yeah, good morning, ITD. Long time. Yeah, it's Friday. Moriah is out. That's my album for the weekend. I'm gonna listen on repeat. I think everyone they've all made valid points. And I kind of like this topic today because it sort of takes us back to where it started from up to the point where we are, so that people can sort of see the journey. And then maybe those who have to pat themselves on the back for.
Wàhálà ẹni tó sẹ́ndì zẹ́lẹ̀ sí mi dẹ̀ ti ń disturb mi ṣá. The person is not a girl. I will send it to the person, ma. I don't know the
break between Baba and Wunmi, and then all of a sudden, the people on Baba's side, I must say, they named the groups. They named Wunmi's side Team Wunmi. They named themselves Team Baba at that point. And I think that is allowed because human beings would always think differently and they would have their own biases. That is granted. That is normal. And then we went on, and then we got to the point where the police got involved, exhumed the body, gave us their preliminary reports. And at that point where the police got involved, the people that gravitated towards Wunmi were, okay, let's wait for the government, let's wait for the authorities to do their job. And then the people on the other side decided to go on their own journey in pursuit of what they call justice, right? And for me, I see that as, it's come to light now that it's all busybody. I'm sorry to say that. We've been to Oriyomi, been to TVC, been to this, been to that, been to Brekete, back and forth, all of that. And it seems the spot where those who gravitated towards Wunmi are is still where they've gone around the house and they've come back to that same spot waiting, right? And I think along the way, up till now, we've had entertainments, we've had entertainers and all of that. Some of them are baristas in the morning. At lunchtime, they move back in time to the medieval times and they're gladiators, and then all of a sudden they're back in the field calling themselves commandos, and in the evening they start praying their pastors. All of these are entertainments, along the way, and this is what we're having now. And what I believe people should do is there's nothing wrong in having your own bias. There's nothing wrong in having a side. If you're on a bus, if you're going somewhere and you don't really know what stop to get down, you'll be on that bus, but it will get to a point where you then discover that, hold on a minute, I think I've missed my way. I think I need to get off this bus and get another one back to where I should have come. I should have alighted from the bus. And this is where I have issues with people. okay, you are supporting this person, you are supporting that person, right? You're allowed to do that. But at some point, you start saying, at that point where it's sketchy, this is where, at that point where it's sketchy, people are allowed to pick whatever side they want to pick. That's allowed. But when things start to unfold, you know, and because this thing puts everybody together, people with, it was a potpourri of different cognitive capabilities, people who can reason well, people who can think well, everybody was put in one basket. So at that point, it gets to a point where reasonable people start to think, oh, this is 14 months now. We've been asking for evidence. We've been asking and asking. We even put up money. We will give them 10 million. We'll give them 50 million. No one has come up with anything. Is it wise to then say, oh, is it that there's not, maybe there's no evidence? Can we not just accept, okay, maybe there's just no evidence, rather than coming up with narratives and trying to bring things, assumptions into matter that require evidence? I don't think anyone has sat back and looked at their calendar. Baba was granted, I mean, all of these things that we are doing, back and forth, the noises, the abuses and everything, it comes down to one thing. Everybody wants to know what killed Mohbad, right? This is why I don't like to engage again in all of these things that happen in the house. Yomi going to Gadi, CCTV, all of that is past now. What we want to know is what killed Mohbad, and we have got to that point. There was an autopsy that came out, the toxicology, he said what he said. Baba did not agree. At least Baba's own autopsy would not lie to himself, right? Anyone go back to that calendar, Baba was given this go ahead to do his own autopsy on the 26th of June. We are in the 23rd week. I don't think anybody knows it's that long now. 23rd week since he was given that order to go and do his own autopsy. This is where we are. This is okay, Baba. What did your own autopsy find? Is it aligning with the states or is it not? It doesn't matter whether the hospital is 1 minute away. It doesn't matter whether the Wunmi did not call doctor. It doesn't matter whether what we want to know is what killed Mohbad. And this is what has caused people sleepless nights. Some people mental health have been affected and all of those things along the way. We are right there now where we want to know, okay, this is what killed him. And it is that autopsy and toxicology that will tell us. They did not believe the states. Bring yours out and let us see it. It is 5 months, over 5 months now. When the state said 10 weeks, everybody on their platform was shouting, can autopsy and toxicology take 10 weeks? It shouldn't be more than 3 weeks, it shouldn't be more than 5 weeks. But nobody is now going back to say, okay, no, I'm supporting these people, but hold on a minute. We are 22 weeks in. Why is our own autopsy not coming out? Why are people still talking about CCTV is there? If there's a CCTV. What would the CCTV show us? What killed Mohbad or who killed? I don't know how the CCTV is going to show us the CCTV in the house, but that, by the way, everything that everyone is asking for now is what killed Mohbad. The scientific thing that can show us what killed him is this autopsy and toxicology. So we don't even need to go back into, they fought, he didn't have scratch, he has scratch, he didn't do this, he didn't do that, they broke glass, they didn't break glass. All that is gone now, you know. So the pressure should be on, okay, Baba, this thing that we have asked for, we have paid for it, where is it? I mean, I don't know how true is true. I heard them say, Bukky said they spent 30 million on it. Whatever amount they spend is even irrelevant. Where is that report? Why is it taking 22? Now it's 22 weeks. Is it going to be 30 weeks before we get it? What is inside of it? And one thing is, autopsy doesn't take long. Autopsy probably take days. So autopsy, they know what it is. They cannot tell us autopsy is not out. Why don't they release the autopsy to dispel all of this narrative that, oh, he was stabbed in the, I see Naimoli saying he was stabbed in the neck yesterday. He was stabbed in the this. Why is all of this? These are entertainers, like I said. But if they bring out the autopsy, oh, this is what the autopsy says. There are no stab wounds. There is no blunt force trauma, meaning that he wasn't beaten or pushed, or his body was hit against anything. He didn't fall down anywhere, because that would reveal a blunt force trauma. Let that clear people's minds in that regard. And okay, what else are we looking for? Okay, the poisons inside of him or whatever is inside of him. Okay, we are waiting for toxicology. Why are they keeping this result? Why are they keeping it? And why are the people, I mean, again, in our pursuit of, the pursuit of justice, some people call themselves public. The public, I think they don't even understand what they represent. They don't even understand who represent them. And I'll explain this. Without the authorities, without the okay, there's a society, then you come together and say, okay, all of us cannot go to the House of Assembly. We have this representative there. All of us cannot be chasing criminals on the road. We put police there. All of us cannot be in court judging who is right or wrong. We have the judges. These are the people that represent us, the public. These are the people that we should be putting pressure on. Oh, you represent us as a policeman. What are you doing? Give us this, give us that, give us this. But we decided, oh, we are the public, we are on Babaloba side. We are the public, we are this, we are this, we are the public, we want to get foundation. How can a foundation represent the public? It is not possible. It is not possible to have a foundation that represents the public, because I've heard people say, oh, certain people can come under one foundation and be represented in court. Okay, there is 9 of us, 10 of us here. That means I can get 10 of my friends, get foundation, go to the request and be represented. Lagbaja can get 20 of his own friends, get foundation. How many foundations will be there in the courts? And what people, when they decide that, oh, the recording industry have a lawyer there, the MB has a lawyer there. These are bodies. You cannot have 2 of them. You know, if there's a what's it called, a foundation like the Foundation Association of Nigeria, I don't know if they exist, or the Charity Association of Nigeria that represents all foundations, then they can be represented. You can't say everybody should go and be forming under a foundation and be going to court. It cannot happen. This is why you cannot have 2 people representing the music industry, because the association is there. The lawyers, they have an association, they are there. The music industry is there. That is how people are represented in courts, not going under a foundation, everybody going under a foundation, you know. So then lessons learned. Let me go to lessons learned. One, I mean, like Lagbaja said, when you start acquiring property, you need to make a will, right? And not just make a will, put that will in trust. I think this is this is the part where people don't really get it. If you do a will, right, you are not even sure that will, they'll carry out that will as you have said.
Hold on, Escape. Sorry to interject. People in the comment section, we don't do that here. No water, no fight. You see, I have a moderator, the sniper maybe is busy, but one thing I do when I moderate, I block people. I don't have time to mute anybody. I just block. And I don't want to do that, because I think your presence here is useful, and my respect for people in the comment section and people up in the panel, the panelists, is equal. Please, there's no 2 ways about the fact that, let me see if I can make chairman the moderator. There's no 2 ways about the fact that you can do comments, which is useful. How does this work? Learn what will come up for that. I just want to make this, my guy, a moderator there. Allow moderator to manage. Yeah, do everything in it. Anybody that misbehaves, because you just come here and come and cause trouble. Hold on. Let's see.
So I don't know if I can go ahead.
Hold on.
Sorry, I'll finish soon, Lagbaja, please.
Okay, so I just want to make chairman a moderator. So yes, chairman, I think I've made you a moderator. Let me know if you can. I want to bring chairman up next. Who spoke just now?
It's me, but I haven't finished. Should I finish?
No, you need to finish.
Okay.
Who spoke just now? Well,
Lagbaja, he said he had something.
You try and finish. Try and round it up now, and then let's see. Because I want chairman to speak as well. Thank you.
All right. So now the lessons. One, when you start getting properties in that having family, you do your will, life insurance, and all of that. But then put your will in a trust. Basically, when you put it in a trust, because you don't know when the time will come, when God will call you home. So basically, when you put it in a trust, you can direct how you want your will to be actioned. You can say, oh, My first child, when he's 21, he should get this. My second child, when he's this. You put the things there, and you have the trust. You know, it could be group of lawyers, they have companies, bodies that do all of those things. They will be in charge of it, because what we found is, even if Mohbad made the will at this point, we will still have this trouble. Because there will be it's the family that should have it, it's the wife that should have it. But when there's a trust, you have put your things there. Oh, this should go to my parents at so time. This should go to my child. This should fund my child's education. Blah blah blah. You know, that is what trust means. If you can do that, it's even better. So even while you are dead, you are still directing your will. You are still managing things yourself. Second thing is, wives and couples, we should be careful of what we say to each other. I mean, they say that the things that the man has said, you cannot take it back. This is where you have all these videos of Mohbad coming up, and they say, "Oh, this is why Wunmi killed him, because you know, things that when husband and wife are fighting, if you can't settle it in the room between yourself, don't go out and get third parties involved and say things. You know, some things you just say out of annoyance. You have to be careful. These things might work against you. Maybe your wife passes, or it might work against your wife if you pass. And it might be that you just banter. Both of you are just, but make sure you are careful the things you say. Free family. You have to decide what you want to do with your family, and you have to make it stand. You have to make that point clear. If you trust again, I won't say your immediate family should be trusted more than your wife. It's up to you. You know your family, you know your wife, you know what you want to do. Make this clear from day one. Don't make it confusing to the point that when you are gone, then there's this argument. If you make your stand and it's there, everybody knows, oh, this is, if this person is alive, this is what you would have done, this is what you would have done. You know, carry your family along in whatever you do, your spouse, your wife, if it's your father, your mother, carry them along. But set boundaries. There should be boundaries between your siblings, your father, your mother, and your immediate family, your wife, your children. Let the boundaries be clear. Let everyone knows where they stand. You know, make it clear. Because all of these things, they're not for when you're alive, they're for when you're gone. Because it's when you go that they'll start playing, oh, he said this the other day, if you kill me. Imagine somebody, if you say, oh, if you kill me, that you know. You've said it 20 years before you died, they will bring it back. He killed him because this person said it 5 years ago. This is why he killed him. You know, so we need to be careful as a couple, the things we say in the presence of third party. You know, we need to be very, very careful. And I think that's my submission for now. Thank you.
Right, Escape, thank you so much for that, because out of our thoughtfulness, obviously we're reflecting upon sort of the last 14 months of this course, and we've made friends. I don't think I've made enemies. People have made enemies of me because I'm quick to apologize. I'm quick to even get people to make up, even to a point where it was me that was pushing for Mr. Joseph Aloba and African Television to call a truce on a matter. Gurexi said he'll take it with him, and then, well, this is where we are today. African Television got petitioned or taken to court or charged to court. It won the case, and the case carries on. Maybe the next phase of it we'll get to find out. And what Ex-Rapid is rightfully said so far is the usefulness of us as people. What are we saying? Why are we saying it? Why is it that we're saying all these things? And in 14 months, we've said the same thing. Should we then cross that threshold again and start talking about the same thing for another 14 months? Because the one we've done 14 months prior to now has yielded no results. Absolutely zero results. Zero result in no ramification. No petitions anywhere. If this case gets to a criminal court, we only have 3 people who are culpable, really, you know, Prime Boy, the nurse, and Spending. Is that what we've achieved? And when we go into each other's DM, each other's platform and cross-platform, and go and fight and go and throw wrong narrative, and we dissected it here, they injected in aphylatic, this shock, this, that shock, hydro something shock. We are not doctors, we are not health professionals, we are not even bloody lawyers. And a lot of us are liars. Because I don't think anyone has told the truth in this whole matter. The people that are associated to the whole process have gone to the police to give their statement. Some top movies will say they've told their truth. All right, let's even agree that after 14 months of argument, I agree with top movies. They've all told their truth. Where has it taken us? CCTV, they've all told their truth. Where has it taken us? Now we need to be careful what we say. We need to educate ourselves more. And I think what Dawa Class Lagbaja said, Mayor 25 as well as Escapade and Aristocrats touched on it. Let's look within ourselves. Let's look at our lives individually. Let's look at our age. Let's think if we are over 25 and we're seeing the future. What does the future hold? When is your expiry date? Because death is what we all have in common. Everybody wants to go to heaven. Nobody wants to die. Nobody knows your expiry dates. Good health, God's willing, you'll be all right. So who knows who's going to walk across the street? God forbid he ends up under the bus, and that's the end of it. When he woke up in the morning, did he know that untimely mind will happen? No man has inflicted that on you, but nature has its own cause. Accident does happen, but not every accident will take individuals' lives. So let's plan our lives. Let's look at, as a family, life assurance. Life insurance can be very expensive, but life assurance can be as cheap as £10 a month if you live in the UK. And the assurance is literally sort of like you put maybe £70 a month as a man into something. Maybe your wife put less into something. Maybe you have a mortgage. And when you have a mortgage, it's called sort of like a decreasing protection, because the number of years you cover yourself for initially can be 25 years when you take up the mortgage. When it gets reviewed in 10 years' time, they now review it based on 15 years. So it's reducing, and then maybe you then increase the cover. And what that means is actually that in the sudden events, unexpectedly, either party then buys, they have children, they still have the other person who is saddled with everything else, now has a mortgage to pay on their own. What that life assurance can do is either pay off the mortgage depending on the severity, or maybe someone died of cancer, or whatever the case may be, the mortgage will be paid off. And there will be another payment on the assurance of that person's life, which can be a lump sum of money. Let's say, for instance, mortgage gets paid off, and the party that is left now gets blessed with £250,000. So that's £70 a month plus 50 on the wife, £120 a month as a family. It's not too much, because when Baba decides to go out weekend now, to go and do some okuro with the boys, Baba can bastardize £500. Yeah, by way of Douglas. Yeah, go on.
Can I have like 2-3 minutes?
Hold on. Let's take it one step at a time. Now, Douglas, I'm going to give you that minute. Let's allow we allow Imole to speak before chairman. But let me just finish this one off. So when Baba now decides to rock with the boys over the weekend, and they go out and do all this stuff, you can easily spend £150. You can easily spend £150 in one night. So that's one Friday in a month. If you do 2 Fridays, let's say 150 or 200 or whatever. But what they're actually asking you to do is £120 a month. It's just something that is worth considering. It is those kind of aspect of money. When we talk money, it doesn't matter where you are in the world. You will think I'm a financial expert, because it's an area that I'm actually keen on, and I'm well versed and really sort of like focused in that area. Maybe we can do a show at some point to talk money. I would just say talk money. Let's talk money. Let's talk finances. So let's do things in order very quickly. Let me have Imole for now very quickly before Dawa class. If we can keep it down, then I'll bring Dawa class. Dawa class before chairman. So let me see the name in full. The name in full is Imole Big Auntie. Welcome.
Good morning.
Welcome, good morning. So next, Lagwada Dawa class will speak and then we give it to chairman. But Dawa class, do keep it, summarize it, yeah? Okay, Imole Big Auntie, carry on. Thank you.
Good morning, host. I want to
Happy Friday.
add to what people have been saying since
morning. Thank you.
Okay, I want to add to what people have been saying this morning. Okay, it's long I've been here more than 2 hours. I've been listening to you and the other panelists.
Thank you.
So what I want to say, what I want to say, in this 14 months, I've learned a lot. The lot I have learned is that the way this case really taught us a lot of things that we need to know. Just like, let me start with that of Karimo. The situation she is now, it was the rushness she rushed into the matter that led her into the problem she is now. Why did I say so? We need to, because I was listening to the day she was calling the pastor said, as a Christian, you need to find out.
Hold on a moment, Imole Big Auntie. Hold on a moment. I need you to mute yourself. I'm very sorry to interject. That class, did you say you want to go and you have to say something before you go? Is that correct?
Yes, I have been making a comment.
Sorry,
yes, I've been making that comment since. Like I just needed to.
Sorry. Thank you. Go on.
Okay, sorry, Imole, sorry about this. Okay, there's something I noticed that we have not really touched for the past two and a half hours. There's something we have not really touched, and that is, when would Mohbad really be buried? This guy has been opened 3 times. 3 times, not 2. People think it is 2. It is 3 times. That of the government, that of the private was done twice. They did the first one, they forgot to do something, they now concluded to go the next day. We all here are going on social media talking about CCTV, talking about foundation, talking about this, but this poor guy is crying to us that, please, I want to be buried. Is it until when all the skin on his body is now rotten or they've peeled off, then he'll now become unrecognizable to his family and friends when they lie him on stage? Nobody is talking about this. Nobody is talking about this. The father went to TVC. He said there are 2 things he wants people to do before he's buried. The autopsy has to be done and the DNA has to be done. He has been given all this. He has been given all this for free. What is he doing? When is this guy going to be buried? Nobody is clamoring for this. All we are doing is cursing on ourselves, on our daughters, on our family members on social media. We are not even pitying this guy who has been in ICE for 14 good months. Don't forget, the time they displayed his picture on social media, in the corona inquest, when they displayed his picture was when they did the first autopsy. That was 9 days after burial, and they saw the gory scenes of the gory pictures where they said some of the tattoo marks. Yes, there are some peels around it that there were some parts that were unrecognizable. Is it? And this is 14 months after. Nobody is clamoring for this. Do we have to go on our knees to beg or their lover family to bury this guy? You have buried him, for Christ's sake. I've said something. They said don't cry more than the buried. This is what aristocrats said. And yes, aristocrats are on common grounds on this. We are the bereaved now. You family members have buried this guy. We want to bury him. We are paying our taxes. We want to bury him. Is it when Liam cannot even recognize who is displayed in a coffin in his presence, or he will now be having nightmares about what he's seeing? This guy will now be unrecognizable. Do you know that corpses change skin color? This is where I want to stop. Let us also go around, clamor around. Have we made the Aloba family do a private autopsy? Yes. Have they gotten their DNA stuff? Whether it is done or not done, yes, they've done it. So what is stopping them from burying this child? He has been in ICE for the past 14 months. If we are just doing donations, can it get to our senses that this guy must be buried? This is all I have to say.
Thank you very much, IT guy. Don't worry, once in a while I'll be dropping by. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dara Class. You've been wonderful, you've been useful, you've been a blessing to this course, you've been a blessing to this platform today. I appreciate you. I love your straight and direct submission, straight to the point. I'm sure everybody feel the same. Thank you so much for your contribution. Imole, Auntie, yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah, carry
I'm
on.
here.
Thank you so much for that, because that class has been here sort of like since the beginning of the process today. He's been a very good contributor. I appreciate his presence here. I just kind of thought, since he says he wants to go, it's ideal to kind of give him the opportunity to round up. Thank you so much for your patience. Carry on.
Okay, like I was saying, I said what I have learned so far in this case, I used that of Karimo. When she heard that her sister lost a husband, she ran down to Nigeria without finding out many things. At the end, the whole thing affected her. I've learned that it's not good to run into into conclusion like that. You understand? You have to find the truth from the both sides, from this side. You understand? And the whole case now affected her. She left her former job. She left her home, her city, and so on and so forth. I've learned that it is very good to find the truth. Just like the way the pastor told her that at least you need to find the real truth before speaking. You understand? Because they said if two people are fighting, the third party will go there and put the third person will make peace. You understand? But you going there to go and act for her was not fine. At the end, the thing affected her, and her so-called sister, she now has misunderstanding with her so-called sister that she helped out before. That was that. Another part again that a lot of people have been saying that I don't really like is that people have been saying Papa Mohbad he did not train Mohbad. He was using Mohbad to do colo. So as a carpenter, they were doing colo up and down, and it was Mohbad that was helping him out. I want to say, we all are all Nigerian. All of us that is speaking, majority of us, because Mr. IT guy, I've heard you that you were born in UK, something like that before, Papareno platform. So, and how many years you spent in Nigeria before returning back to UK? And maybe you did not go through this that I want to say now. Majority of us, we are all gala seller, pure water seller. What's it called? Pure water, banana, plantain. We hawk it before going to school, after school, to help our parents out. Why is Mohbad Ona problem to people, especially to the woman side? Why are they now attacking Papa Mohbad? Why will he be using Mohbad to be doing colo, to be taking care of himself and everything? And we, all of us, as in Nigeria, because our country is not that good, you understand? So we help our parents. Those that live in the village went to the stream to go and fetch water from the river. Those in the city go to the tap, you understand, to go and fetch water in the morning before going to school. After school, you will do the same thing. But why is Mohbad now the problem? Why is people now attacking Papa Mohbad? Why will he be using his son to do colo? He did not take care of his son. If he says he take care of Mohbad, why didn't all his children go to university? Is it only Papa Mohbad's children that are not well educated? You can see a teacher who don't have money. His child cannot even be. It will be, even though he has money, a child will not go to university. You understand? So why are they always attacking that man? And in another place, a child, even though Mohbad is not a glorious child, you understand, is a 9 months, is a human being and is a 9 months product. Losing a pregnancy of 6 months, 3 months, even a month, you will be looking for a child. It will pain you very, very well. You understand? Talk less of a glorious child. A child that you gave birth to, that you know that one day he will take you out of suffer. Okay, this child passed away. People are now abusing the man, saying that why is the man
Why is he asking? How will I put it? That is a man who lost his son. People are not telling him what to do, how to cry, and how not to cry. As a Nigeria, or as a human being, two people are living in the same house, husband and wife. The next person who is the next of kin in that house, I'm not talking about the property. Like the next of kin, that is meaning the next person to if Oga is not at home, is Oga Madam, after Oga Madam. So this is the wife that is the Oga Madam in the house that was supposed to, they are supposed to ask questions, what happens to Ilere Oluwa? You understand? Okay, as a parent, a father left his son on Saturday, on Tuesday or Monday, because we don't really know the truth, the May date yet. So the boy passed away. The father is asking, what happens to my child? For the past 14 months, the lady have not uttered a word. Some people are supporting it that she don't have to speak to the father. It's better she speak to the police. You understand?
Let's rub mind a little. Let's rub.
No, sir, let me go. I have a lot to say, sir. Please, sir. Because you gave
I just need you to stick with the topic because
no, sir. Excuse me, sir.
We're not looking for the right or wrong, but what
no,
are your
sir. When Oluwatosin was speaking, it went a lot, sir. This long I'll be here.
You need to bring us back to the topic. I understand you have certain frustration in the matter, but when you take us out, you need to bring us back. You still need to.
I will bring you back. No, I want to generate many things. You understand? Because when Oluwatosin was speaking, we did not go to the topic.
Hold on. What have you? It's not the length of time it takes for people to speak. Is what they are saying, and what you are saying, I appreciate. But what have you learned in the last 14 months? Have we been wasting our time?
What I learned, I want to let you know
from here.
Yes, what I learned, I want you to know, you understand, that people don't need to die. Okay, like the one Oluwatosin said about the embalming stuff, that Papa Mohbad they have not told us the ending of that case. But Karimo came out to say that they bribed the police that made them throw the petition away, and they bought a wine of 900,000. Or 90,000 police officers.
Experience on this journey. Can you describe your experience on this journey? What have your experience in terms of? We've talked about what you're talking about right now endlessly for 14 months. We are now at a juncture where I don't believe we've made progress at all, and I kind of believe that we've not been kind to ourselves as people. I also believe that we are divided. What can we do to bring harmony, or what can we do to better the situation going forward?
Sir,
Karen,
what we can do to bring peace, some people are saying the two parties can come together, which is Papa and Wunmi can come together. No, they can't come together. That of Timothy, he was being quiet in the hotel that he went to go and lodge. But this one, something happened in the house. You understand? So that's why the two parties cannot come together. If it was like Timothy's case now, Wunmi will tie wrapper and follow the father-in-law anywhere he goes. But this case is different from Timothy's case. You understand? So that's why the two parties cannot come together. You understand? Okay. Where I was talking about, what I was talking about is, okay, how can somebody say that the case of the embalming, they did not talk about the ending? But another person came out who was in the camp, in the hidden camp, that said, look at why the case, the embalming case did not go on, because they went to go and bribe the police officer. That's why they throw it off. Okay, in another place, they said Baba did not go to a police station that fateful day that Baba went to Lekki. But Darosha came out to say he and Baba went to police station to lay a complaint. Baba said it was Oniru police station. But why is Oluwatosin saying that? Can't Baba say the name? Baba have said it, and Guresi have said it many times, that it's Oniru police station that the man went to. So you understand, sir? So
yeah, I mean, one thing for sure. is that because I don't think I can allow you to carry on because you clearly don't understand the topic. I have to be blunt about that. You know, you
I understand the topic because you don't want me to speak. You understand? So no worry, I can leave, sir. No problem. I can leave your platform if you want that. No problem.
Thank you so much. You're welcome.
You are welcome.
Thank you, Chairman. You have the floor. Thank you so much, Chairman. Thank you, Imole Big Auntie, for coming. Thank you so much for your contribution, Chairman. Let's have you.
Yeah, good morning, IT guy. Let me just be at the comment section.
You, Chairman.
I said I will talk later. Let me just take a listen and just be at the
comment section. Oh, come on, Chairman. Don't do this to me. Come on. Do come back. Okay, no worries. Let's see if we can bring people up. Chairman, that's appreciated. Good morning. Welcome. Let me see who. Okay, I can see. Let's see. Then I can see.
I would like to add one thing. So, in the meantime, where we wait for someone, what I'm just gonna say, I said, in the meantime, where we wait for the next person, you're gonna bring up that just like as much as everyone has been so, open to their opinion today, everyone has been trying to, give their own perspective about what they learned and how they've been able to understand the processes. But I feel like there are many loopholes in this whole process that people didn't really pay attention to, which was literally coming from the perspective of the police. Again, I'm not going to castigate what the police has done, but I feel like if we had all paid attention to what we expected of people in charge, I think we would have a better idea on what to expect. Because I would not want to believe what a random host is saying, why I should be holding the police accountable. But people have decided not to hold the police accountable. They would prefer, after the inquest example, some people would not want to read the CTC. They would still want to refer to what a particular host who was at the inquest said to them. But they got so lazy, they don't want to pick up the CTC and read the content of what everybody said in court. After 12 months, they're still saying, oh, this particular host said this thing, this particular host said so, and when you go further to check in the CTC, it's a different explanation there. That makes us, for me, I actually felt like we actually fell out of what we were expected to do, because in some situations we were supposed to pay more attention to the right authority, not just like our good host to say, oh, okay, because I like this particular host, everything he says is actually factual and all of that. When we expect the police, the judge, the inquest to give a summary of their findings. Now the inquest is on hold, we don't know what's happening. People are not trying to clamor on the inquest to come back. Now they're saying they want to charge people to criminal court. So these are the things that we should be asking questions, not just saying, oh, this woman must go to jail. Exactly about this last week that I just came up here. The emotional part of her is being triggered, and then she wants to hit people up. You get? She wants to chew people raw, and then I'm seeing her just being too emotional, and then this energy could have been channeled into the main people that are in charge, not just you, the host, not just the random people that came up here to speak. Because I could say something, I could say anything, I could come up with my own opinion. It doesn't change who is in charge of this case. It doesn't change what the police have. It doesn't change what the evidence the police have been able to get hold of in the past 14 months. So people should just keep emotions aside, try to focus on what's the reality, and then keep their fingers crossed. So thank you very much.
Okay, thanks for that. Before you mute yourself, I definitely picked something up from there, because it's the same thing we're saying. We've been doing the same thing for 14 months. And platforms, whether you're a blogger, whether you're a host, whether you come on occasionally. I remember a couple of weeks ago we did a show, and this one was literally trying to map out sort of like actors and actresses and people, just literally the aftermath of the show, only before they get home. And the focus was purely on what was in the CTC. And I will not allow people to start talking about they want to throw the baby over the bridge, they want to do this. And we had a fantastic time. I think I made one of the guests. The IT guy, when are we going to finish that? Because we wanted to take it to the house. Well, I thought because we did a great job of that aspect, let's just keep it to the aftermath of the show. That it was a CTC aspect. And I'm going to do a show again that will cover that. We've met all the actors and actresses. We've also found the disparity. The only disparity we found on the CTC was clearly around DJ Bami and Cynthia. About whether there was a fight, who fought, who saw the fight, who separated the fight, was there a fight, was there an altercation that was about to lead to a fight? But Cynthia did not see the fight, but she saw the separation of people. DJ Bami saw the fight, and 7 people, staff came from the another Prado to come and separate. But was there really a fight? Let's leave it there. But now we'll get on to. So you're making an incredible point. So let's now focus. Let's now focus on what we're talking about here. Okay. Now, hosts, bloggers, whether you cross over to X or you cross over to Facebook or any other derivative of these platforms, I want to implore and plead with the host on our side, this black app. Let's change our ways. We've done it this way, that way, cross the platform, 5 people come this way, 5, 10 people here, take the fight to the next one. Where has it taken us? What have we achieved? You will achieve as a host. Maybe they gift you, maybe they gift everybody, and then when they leave, maybe you get a percentage out of it. Is that who we are? Is that what this whole thing is all about? Is that where we channel our frustration and energy? Do we really want this justice? Are we really seeking it? Are we now asking the right questions? Are we changing our ways? Are we now trying to sift out the rubbish, the essays, the Karimo's input, the Buki Jesse's input, the God's protections input, the comforts input, comfy? Because these are people that are doing it for money. They are doing it for followers. Now they have their own crowd. And Lati is sort of like subject to this because he accommodates everything. He's making money as a businessman. He has the right to make money. But come on. Pierce is there. They're getting into his DM profusely. He's also donating money to them profusely. People are dragging each other's personality profusely. And then we get up to a point where 14 months later, come on, a couple would have married, would have bought a house, would have actually had a first child in 14 months. A couple, a young couple, would have achieved that. Even if it's a mortgage and you pay bit by bit, or you work a bit, you buy a land, put a bungalow in there, 2 rooms, a toilet and a bathroom and kitchen. It's achievable, it's sustainable. In 14 months, a family would have started, a child would have been blessed with that family. And 14 months, Kadimo says, hey, you will have hosts minding their business, hosting different subject topic, fighting with the here, talking sense there, making no sense there. Hey, let's stream it. Everybody is now streaming jargon. We are now streaming nonsense. We are now streaming. Check for me. My block, block, 4 hours later, shit, absolutely crap. Absolutely nonsense, empty barrel that has made all the noise and everybody is running towards it. It's like a foolish person who goes to the marketplace to entertain once a year, and if you miss it, you miss everything. Everybody is running. Hey, book it, just book it, just book it, just book it. Ah, babada. Omo suffering, baba o le ni. O wa lo ni brother, kò ní brother. Only one, and then one day you are now praising the man again. The same man you called Ole, you did a show of 5 hours. How you spent 700,000? How you put him into hotel? How he went up the hill? How he disappeared to go and sing and came back? Olu Eledumare, a whole show, a whole black app. All black people, Nigerians, they think what they say, some for coin, from a lawyer more, and what to Bukky Jesse. Blogger with blocks head, oriented block. Taban oriented buy oti ba. Kosin kokonde. Karimode. Onki owo bo on fi senu. Lórí show ṣé àtúnṣe pọ́n ni Karimo wàá jókòó wàá ṣe 12 hours o ò ní wẹ̀ o ò ní ṣóúnjẹ fáwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ o ò ní ṣóúnjẹ fọ́kọ ẹ̀. And we Nigerians, as sensible as we are clamoring after comfy, TikTok comfy, Bukky Jesse, Neyimoli, Karimo, vengeance, owó ni kókó. We are intelligent people. No wonder we say those people are illiterate. Are we literate? How many books did we read? We have PhD, chairman PhD. What's this lady's name again? Crunchy Queen, PhD. Master's degree soon lo jabrata, degree soon lo jabrata, IT guy soon lo jabrata, nurses soon lo, doctors soon lo jabrata, physicians soon lo jabrata, everything jabrata. And we are calling people illiterate. They are not illiterate, they are not enlightened. They are dullards. You know what dullards are? Dullards. Like Muiwa. Our power of attorney. All of us, our power of attorney is in the hands of a dullard. Whether he's educated, whether he's illiterate, he is a dullard. Have you seen a dull man before? Come, what I'm trying to say is, and you're going to come, don't say that, this is there, when I say, do you want them to kill me? I jump over the fence, they are carrying this, I just stopped this car, now I'm in the UK, I have to be careful, I have to use VPN, maybe they are coming over the window. And then we were go. He was even crying yesterday. And then say, Yomi the actor also cried. Everybody is now doing madness. And that's what we've achieved. We've identified actors and actresses that can entertain us. We can get the women to come out in their pompous shirt and their breasts and come and dance on some platform all night. We can get some people, and people are paying to watch the show. Comfy is ready with the madness. Seconded by Yeti 70, who is in her 60s, who's almost 70. I think she's probably 70. Who we have children and grandchildren, husband and great-grandchildren. They will now come up with all commands of nonsensical, jargonistic, and people will be paying money because you are gifting them Lion, Universe, Train, everything. Before IT guy, what the candidates Screenshot saying, I haven't seen it, but someone is sending me a screenshot. I'm full of all this. This one person is dragging. If I haven't offended you and you decide to put a curse on me, you see, Uncle Nemesis and Auntie Kama, they will come with Shango, that's thunder, that will strike your entire generation. Ogun, that will bind you and suck your blood, and Ayilala, that will make sure that anybody is left in your generation, that if I've done anything to you, they will suffer for the rest of their lives. Thank you so much, Dax, for taking me on that journey. So when you host, think about it very well. Are we educating ourselves? Have you been educated on my platform? Have you been enlightened today? Have we been civil today? We have indeed been civil. We've educated ourselves. We've been noble. We've been useful. We've been clinical in that harmony. The blessing of God is actually giving us harmony. It's giving us the power to respect ourselves. Actually gave us the understanding of knowing the reason why we are today. So it won't take long before anyone who is on the show for 5 minutes to understand what we're talking about. I kind of, we spend Monday to Thursday in South Wales. I do my week there, I do my hours. I came yesterday and I can't sleep. I was unable to sleep because of all this shenanigan and what's been playing on my mind. How do we do a recap? How do we do a recap? We need to take notes. It doesn't matter who does it, who leads it. And whilst I was thinking and reflecting on it, I saw K Crown's thing as well. I wasn't able to sleep. I was on the window. I had to listen on the window all the way from South Wales to London. In traffic, it took me about 3.5 hours because of M25 traffic. I listened to the Olori Ebi show in its entirety when I was driving. When I got home, I was on Paparazzo's platform all night. It was then I knew I had to do this show because there's so much I want to say. But there's so little time if I go on someone's platform to say it. But I can do it on my platform. Then I played music. Yami, Mamami, of Pasuma. And the reason why I had to play that is because of Karimo. It will be a generational curse for you to go and drag your own mother on social media for days. After Karimo is now dragged our own mother on social media for days and weeks. Olori Ebi, come on, more respect you to now. Baba, Olori Ebi, Latisne, and it's a drag you the category and short now. Kile wani enyi Karimo, kini Karimo ni funi. Is it, are you worshipping Karimo on the grounds that you want to make sure that it is on your platform that the truth actually emerge from? Is that the kudos you're looking for? For the world to say, when Karimo eventually told her truth, which led to the compromise of people who did it and hiding and then end up in their incarceration and arrest, he kind of now emerged from your platform. Is that what it is? I'm sure you sleep at night because you have to do your show and you said to us in the evening you have to go and do Uber. Anything you do for a living is a job, and as long as you are not stealing or killing anybody, you have the right to feed your family and do any means. You have the right to get your gifts during the day when you do your show. You have the right to do that. If they collect money and donate money, if you take 10%, they are using your account, you have the right to do that. You also have the right to carry on entertaining Karimo. But what exactly, Lati? Would they call you Uncle Lati? They call you Lati Olori Ebi. What have you achieved since the day you allow Karimo, who is sticking a finger in a vagina and licking it publicly. They've made a video of you and Karimo, like a duet of you doing this and Karimo sticking her hand. What is that? Is that a promotion for your next movie? Is that sort of like some kind of a prelude to a preview? Are we now going to eat popcorn? We're going to wait to go to the movie. Karimo stick hand in there, put it in her mouth, and then you lick some. As she does that there, you also they've made a video for you. If anybody put their video on their profile, they will block you for a week. Baba, ẹja ra yín o. Kò sí iye owó tí Karimo lè fún yín o. Tó bá sọ pé ó go live and they will say breaking news. It doesn't matter whether it's BBC or Sky that bought it o. Wọ́n ti make owó lórí breaking news since beginning news of ayérayé o. Wọ́n dẹ̀ máa continue láti máa make the same thing ní breaking news. Ẹ má compromise life àwọn ọmọ yín. Ẹ níyàwó ńlé. Ṣé irú yẹn lẹ fẹ́ káwọn ọmọ yín lọ sí school sìn? Kán bọ́ sórí TikTok, wọ́n rí bàbá wọn tó ń lábò. Èyàn ti kàbọ̀dí tó ń ṣe gíní. I am not making it up. I'm not making this up. It is out there. Oh, I'm there. Use this black app. I can't make it up. Is that what 14 months is done? Is that what Karimo is done to everybody? Karimo has nothing. She's inconsequential. She has nothing. She's a dullard. She has nothing but to entertain people. She's an entertainer, a tired entertainer. If you want to entertain, and even if you want to be an actress in America or Nollywood, which part of entertainment on life? A woman, she stick is in there, lick it. Alive. Oh boy, Baba Lati, is this the kind of thing you want to do? 70-30, 30-30, it doesn't matter. As long as they sign the paper. If they sign them, hey, if you get 70%, Baba get 30%, hey, now you sign them. I don't mind. So if person they stick and inside in vagina, they leak them for public. Not be cucumber they're gonna put inside their anus in the back. Now so who won't watch that one now? Who won't lick them? Uncle Latina, you will lick the cucumber. Hey, we don't enter one chance. Chairman, are you ready? Chairman, if you're ready, unmute yourself. That's enough entertainment for the day. Chairman, you did there. Am I audible? No comment, okay.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Sorry.
Okay. Mayor 25. Okay, let's do it this way. Let's keep it simple. I want us to keep it very, very simple. So we're going to do it this way. We're going to go, we've got a new entrance. Okay. Mayor 25, I'm going to give you a few minutes. DAPS. So Mayor 25 DAPS. And after DAPS, summary, please. The two of you, please. And then we go to the crown jewel, I think. Yeah, okay. So Mayor 25 DAPS, then the crown jewel. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Aitugai, with everything you've said. You've said it all. It is deep, it is saddening, and it is troubling at the same time. My question now is, how do we hold these people accountable for all their actions? Somebody needs to pay for something. There should be an accountability for this. Somebody needs to answer questions. The manipulation, the lies, it's just begat belief how they have managed to manipulate and mess things up. Nigerians are the most educated nation in the whole world. How did we allow this to happen and to go on? Karimo is one of the dredges of the earth. I'm not sorry to say that. She is not just an illiterate, she is a bloody nuisance. How did we get here? And how do we hold them responsible? I believe they should be held responsible for this. All these hosts that have changed things, that have lied, that have manipulated, that have done all these evil things, needs to be held accountable. Something needs to be done. Thank you, Aitigai.
Thank you so much, Mayor 25. Dabs, yeah, you need to round it up now.
Okay, yeah, in my own opinion, maybe I have a different.
No, it is useful. It is useful.
Yeah, so I don't think holding someone accountable for the damages they caused, that would be in regards to the allegations to certain people who have been defamed can take it up. But to people whose emotion has been preyed on and then they've lost emotionally, they've lost financially, that's a way to learn from online perspective as well. But to people who have been defamed, they can take it up. Or whoever has lost money or have been taken advantage of emotionally, that's your loss. And I hope God will heal people's hearts from this heartbreak and they can move on with life and focus on other things. That's my perspective about that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, because you made a salient point there, because Ex-Cape did touch on that as well. We are what we say, and sometimes posterity or any aspect of the process will judge you for your utterances, and there's time for room for redemption. You can take some of it back, you can apologize if you need to be, or you can just equally change your ways. And yeah, we're reflecting 14 months after the demise of Imole. My utmost condolences to members of his family, members of the wife's family. That includes everybody, whether it's Karimo, whether it's Liam, whether it's Baba or Mama, Darosha, and every single one of them. But because they will feel they lost a lot more than us. They say we can't cry more than the bereaved. Well, we want to cry more than the bereaved. We really, really want to cry more than the bereaved, and there's nothing you guys can do. We will then cry profusely more than the bereaved. And whilst we've made ourselves useful, and everybody's submission has been fantastic and wonderful, trying to see if there's anything else that is up there, because one thing triggers another, and that's really triggered me, even though I started the show with something equally similar. But when you get triggered by people's openness and how can I say, honesty, then that's it for me. I'm not scared of anybody. Who is that?
I think I can ask you a question.
Okay, go on.
Okay, good morning, everyone.
Thank you so much.
I needed some time to gather momentum before
Chairman is still booting.
As a chairman is all over the place this morning. It's unlike you. What's going on? It's unlike you.
Good morning.
Okay, good morning. All right.
So sometime, many times.
Your bedroom voice is not working. You need to up it a little bit.
Okay, good. Thank you, IT guy. Thank you, IT guy, for all you and everyone on the panel. Thank you for your submissions this morning. So germane, so important, and very educative as well. It shows that no matter our differences, we are all on the same page. We're all on the same page. We really want good things to happen to Mohbad, to the country, to Nigeria. And I thank everybody for that, the submissions, okay? I think let me engage you a bit.
Okay.
As it is now, as it is today is 21st November. 21st November. 22nd November, thank you, 22nd. All the necessary samples have been taken from for DNA, for toxicology, for postmortem generally. Now, what is the usefulness of that body, Lilua body, in the morgue as we speak? What is the usefulness? What do we need that body for anymore? If my thinking is serving me right, that body is no more useful for any test. All the samples have been taken. I think it was Dabs. I don't know who raised that. Maybe Dabs or Escape. I don't know who raised that.
It was Dawa class. It was Lagbaja. Dawa class.
Lagbaja. Okay, Lagbaja that raised it. And I tend to think about that submission. Like, is it not the high time that we bury the body? Why the case continues in court? As it is now, with High Court coming in place and so on and so forth, I'm sure in the next 24 months, we are still on this matter. For any case in Nigeria, they probably sit like bi-monthly. Yes, that is bi-monthly, and maybe in a year you meet in court maybe 6 times or 7 times maximum in a year for a case, and that will go into year 1, year 2, and probably year 3. I've done a case in Nigeria for 5 years. Yes, 5 years. 5 years, 3 months before we finally got to final judgment. 5 years and 3 months. So does that mean that the body will be in the morgue as long as the case persists? So the question we should be asking ourselves is, what next is that body used? What are we doing with that body in the morgue as we speak? Should we now cry out and say, okay, we've taken all the samples, all the tests has been done, the result will be read at the court according to Mr. Aloba. All the results are ready, but it's only in the court that the results will be read to the public. I agree. Well, so which means there's nothing else to do with the body. Can we then cry and say, okay, public, we were the one that exhumed the body, not Mr. Joseph Aloba. So can we also, public, since we exhumed the body, can we go back and bury our body? Why the case continue? That's my submission.
Okay, thank you so much, Chairman. And as you said that, because I know, we've been here a number of times. I've said it in the past. And there are certain things I've said in the past. It's not just me, it's just that people say it different times. And it depends who's listening, depends what the topic is on the day. And now that you've said it, Dawa class said it. Dawa class, Lagbaja in brackets. I think what we can do, using the effectiveness of this black app, is for us to put a armband or armband.
Sorry, Jare, Cape Crown, continue.
Okay, now, one of the questions I actually want to ask. In fact, Papa Rene, you can also shed more light on it anyway. You can also shed light on it. So, now the question is this. Is it the fact that Wunmi doesn't come out, to talk regularly like Baba Mohbad, that makes, everyone in quotes feel that she's not, she has not said anything? Because according to the people supporting her, they believe that yes, she has said all she knows to the police, and but she doesn't owe us any explanation. According to them, that the only people who hold explanation are the people in authority, which she has done to the police, and also by extension, she has gone to the inquest to talk. So now my question is this: for her not to be coming out regularly like Baba Mohbad, does it mean that she has not said anything at all? That is my question.
You want my response?
Okay. Of course.
So I don't expect, as a widow, I've never been a widow, but at least I have a few friends that are widows, and I have church members that are widows. I have a family member that is a direct widow of my own sibling. My mother is not yet a widow, even though she's an old woman and very fit. But you see, let me tell you something. When this kind of thing is going on,
if there's no information, people will fill in the gaps with whatever they think or they perceive to be the truth. And that is why we have a whole lot of narratives here and there. If Baba Mohbad had come out and he granted interviews to Punch newspapers and TVC, and Mama Mohbad has done likewise, what is wrong with Wunmi granting interview to any of those two? If all their stories tally, nobody will be asking any further questions. And do you know what? Because Wunmi is the closest person to Mohbad, people will believe her story more than they will believe the stories of Baba Mohbad and Mama Mohbad, who don't live in the same house with her. So why can't we come out and speak her truth? However she wants to speak it, and that will rest the matter. But her not speaking and using people to come and be debunking and attacking people is creating more issues, more problems, and it's making people to feel that there's something suspicious about her activities. Honestly, there's no reason for anybody to doubt Wunmi, but the way she has been operating is leaving so much to be desired, honestly. Because if she really has nothing to hide, they will ask her the same kind of questions that they asked her at the inquest, and she will answer. And it will be published, and everybody will go home. The wife has spoken, and every time there's an issue, our interview will be used as reference. But I don't know why she doesn't want to do it, and who are those people advising her not to do it, thereby creating unnecessary narratives and propaganda and all sorts of things. Do you know that some of the people that are even defending Wunmi, they have never spoken to Wunmi, they have just created a narrative in their head and they're using it to defend her. I hope you know that. So really, if she had come out to speak, and it's never too late, if she wants to speak tomorrow, she should still go ahead and do it. Recently, Iyabo Ojo came out, then she was doing an interview with AY. It was her own interview. She delved into Mohbad's case. Is she Mohbad's wife? Is she Mohbad's mother? Is she Mohbad's auntie? Was she living in the same house with Mohbad? Why does she think she has first-hand information about Mohbad's demise? Why not Wunmi? Why can't Wunmi even grant interview to Daddy Freeze that Karimo went to? Why can't she grant interview to the same AY that Iyabo Ojo went to? If he's a friendly comedian that's a friend of the family, she can do it. The day she was granting interview to Dawa Class was the one that was even helping her to correct some of the things she was saying. Let her speak.
Let me point out.
We are the general public now. You go to sorry, Kenton. You go to court. You sit down in the court. You listen to them in court. Many of us are not in court, so we haven't really heard directly from. We only heard directly from her when we saw the CTC. So it would have been nice if she spoke to us through the press.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that this my question I will
okay, no, take out. Let me also add to that if you don't mind, just a short one. Me, I won't even drag it.
Okay, no problem. I don't mind. I don't mind.
One other reason why a lot of people really wanted Wunmi to have addressed the death of her husband is in the sense that people feel compassionate. People feel caring. People felt the situation. People really care about the family in commiserating with them. But you cannot commiserate with killers. You know what I mean? You cannot share empathy with anybody who is a killer. So let me return. You cannot share empathy or empathize for anybody who is a killer. You know, so right. So before people will tell you, please mute Azeflix. There is nothing. Azeflix, please be muted. Oh my God, let me tell. Okay, anyway, people always empathize with people. It's natural, all right. And in the course of sharing that empathy, they ask, "What happened?" They try their best to know what happened and see how they can support. People support naturally. All right. So people who came out to support the situation, they got so many different informations about what happened to Mohbad. If it had been one story, nobody will, be doubting it, okay? But the stories were just so much. Some said he died of ear infection. Someone said that the Mohbad went to the hospital. They saw Mohbad in the morning, okay? And some other people said Mohbad died in the house. Some were holding Naramali, some life responsible. Some said Prime Boy, his friend, used something to hit him. Okay, can somebody give us an elaborative story, a summary, and a good, line of chain of event that happened that eventually got out of hand and that led to the death of Mohbad? This was not made that clear by everyone around Mohbad, not just Wunmi. Okay, though we could have also come, very hard on Adura, which is who is Mohbad's brother. We could have come hard on Adura. I think people also mention Adura, but at the time, Adura was shown to the public as a little boy who can't even speak. Okay, that was already planted in people's mind, and then people turn to the next person that, okay, who else could be available to be able to give an elaboration on what really happened. And moreover, the reaction of Wunmi in all of this is what really, I think, is what aggravated everything. Her reaction wasn't good enough. She was so strong in parochial, things that are not even that important. She cared about dragging properties with the father, because she told Dawa class that she called the father the day after Mohbad's death, and then she just stopped calling the father because the father was not even making sense. Right? We don't know what they were having in line, what they were discussing. So, and also when the public kind of see some kind of foul play, okay, on the aspect or on the areas of the DNA stuff, these are the public who came into this case voluntarily, okay, in their own volition, without no force. And in whatever the public, just like you say, customers are always right, all right? The public see this case in their domain. Mohbad case was shared to the public domain. We all received it equally, and we empathize with the situation, that is with the families involved. And as culture, okay, as culture or the way we were made to always help one another, we came in to try to find out what was wrong. Upon our findings, upon our inquiry left and right, we realized that we could point some certain aspects of the case to the police, to the authorities, and even make either the father of the deceased realize some certain things, because fingers were pointing to Wunmi. Okay, and all of this together made people to jail Wunmi in their heart. Okay, Wunmi may not be jailed by law or by court, but Wunmi is in jail in many people's heart. And I hope that a lot of Nigerians learn from this. Learn your society. If your society does things in a particular way, please follow through that process. This place is not UK. This place is not Russia. Okay, whereby culture, they do things differently. They have some right to silence during that law. Whatever right to silence you're talking about here, this is under the English law. We have a customary law. We behave by custom. We have custom here before the English law came to this country. And that must always be respected, because that is even part of the Constitution. Any law that the Constitution recognizes override every law in the land. Our customary law is a federal law, it's a constitutional given rights that override any statutory act, any bill that was formed along the way. And people will continue to behave that particular way. And this is one of the reasons, her reactions to all of this is one of the reasons why people continue to suspect her, and that is not going to change anytime soon. I don't know whether that answers your question, Papa, or that's elaborative enough.
Okay, Papa. Okay, Papa. Right now,
any other person, sorry, so that we don't make it two-way. Any other person will have a contrary view. Okay. I think a lot of person will want to have a contrary view. Or Ashake, any other person?
Hello, sorry, can I quickly come and say something?
Yeah, so it doesn't get two-way.
Yes, please permit me to mix everything with English and Yoruba.
It's okay.
Now I want to talk about Wunmi. When the husband died, Lady Bosita, status there, sorry, wall, be arashita, or according to you people, but she feel guilty, see. àwọn nǹkan tó kọ síta yẹn ni the first thing tí àwọn èèyàn hold against ẹ̀ tọ́jà ṣe ń hold against ẹ̀ up till now. So for somebody tó bọ́ síta tó sáré sọ̀rọ̀ gbúrúrúrú, èmi feel wípé if she had been allowed, tí kò sí pé ó sọ báyìí, bóyá àbá ti má wà níbi tá a wà ilé nù. Kárí pé ìgbà tó sọ yẹn àwọn èèyàn fi lẹ̀ tí wọn ò sọ̀rọ̀, kódà a ní sí ní level tá a wà because a máa ti rí àwọn nǹkan kan ìtara tó fi sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn á lè tún lead wa mọ̀ ju ibi tá a wà lọ. Mo èèyàn sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ ló pọkọ ẹ nígà nígbà tí fídíò máa jáde ọkọ ẹ fúnra rẹ̀ pé ọmọ ẹ ní nígà kó tó lọ sí ibi tó ọmọ tó ti ṣàtàgbákò. Tó orúkọ ọkọ mi lè pè mí, ó lè pè mí ní Okon, èmi náà lè pè ní ọkọ Okon, ìgbà mi ń pè mí lólódo ẹ̀fẹ̀ ni everybody ló mọ bóyá ń ṣe inú ilé ẹ̀. Nǹkan tí wọ́n sọ àtàkì tí wọ́n ti fún mi lásán yẹn ó ti pa gbogbo ẹni tí tẹ bá fẹ́ gbọ́ látẹnu ẹ̀. Ìyẹn àkọ́kọ́. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì, nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ ta ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ọmọ ọkọ kú láàrin first or second week ni bàbá ti bọ́ta. Everybody ló ní bó ṣe ń mọ̀nà o, ká gbà pé bàbá bí bàbá ṣe mọ tí wọ́n ṣe lọ́ ṣe ṣe yẹn. Bí Wùmí náà lè ṣe mọ tí ẹ ṣe ló ṣe ṣe nígbà tó kọ ẹ kú. Bàbá bọ́ síta gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tí bàbá sọ síta. Mi ò sí bẹ́ẹ̀, ó lè jó tó lè jó ó lè jẹrọ. Òun ni àwọn èèyàn ti sáré amplify lọ escalate mọ́ Wùmí lọ́wọ́ tí ó fi wá dé ibi tá a dé yìí. Bí pé kí èèyàn máa ké síta yẹ àwọn ọmọ mi. Ìfà ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ ground ni bóyá ilé àbí èèyàn ló sọ pé ibi tó bá yí ẹ̀dẹ́ rèé o. Gbogbo èèyàn tí obìnrin tó bá rẹ̀ nírú level yẹn, ẹ jọ kí ló fẹ́ sọ táráyé fẹ́ gbọ́ mọ́. Ó dẹ̀ lọ sọ́dọ̀ lọ́ọ̀yà wípé káwọn wá justice, káwọn rí nǹkan táwọn wá. Lọ́ọ̀yà ń sọ fún wọn wípé kó dákẹ́, materials wà ńlẹ̀ ẹ̀yin lẹ̀ ń kánjú, ọ̀rọ̀ tí ìdè kóòtù ẹni Wùmí ò ti sọ̀rọ̀. Nígbà tó bá ju gbogbo ẹ̀ síta nísìn ẹjọ́ kí ló fẹ́ lò ní court? Ṣé ẹ rò bóyá tó bá ti ṣe nọ́ọ̀sì, ẹ rò bóyá tó bá ti ṣe nọ́ọ̀sì court case pọ̀, everybody máa defend gbogbo nǹkan tó mú àti nǹkan tó sọ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí. So anybody tó bá ní Wùmí wọn kó wá sọ̀rọ̀, ojú ló ń kan yín, ojú ló ń kan wa, ọ̀rọ̀ máa jáde. Mi lè ní material lọ́wọ́ kí n mọ̀ wípé ojú ogún ọjọ́ ọjà ò tí ì tó ẹ wá ní kí n máa fi tàfàlà bí pé kẹ́ni kí n máa wọṣọ ọdún mi lọ́jọ́ ní ọdún kọ̀ọ̀la nìyẹn. Àwọn tí wọ́n ní iCloud, àwọn tí wọ́n ní gbátọ́ láwọṣẹ́ rò bí a kò ní evidence, I shock a lot of people. A lot of people will be shocked, and that is why I keep saying tí ọ̀rọ̀ tí Wùmí bá sọ níta tó bá sọ níta nísìn ẹjọ́ kí ni impact tẹ̀ lórí justice yẹn? Ṣé ó fẹ́ change opinion àwọn èèyàn tó ti ní fún for over a year? Ó lóun ò ṣe DNA according to you people tí ò dẹ̀ fẹ́ gbà kan sọ pé òun ò ṣe. Ó lóun ò ṣe DNA, ó padà ló wá ṣe. Àwọn èèyàn sọ pé bó ṣe ń sìn àwọn ò lè believe àfi táwọn bá gbèjì ọmọ. Ṣé irú èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn kí lẹ fẹ́ kó sọ? Akálòlò ni. Ó sọ̀rọ̀ lásán wọ́n fi ohun ẹ̀ bú. Ọ̀rọ̀ bíi mẹ́ta ní lady ti sọ tí wọ́n ti yí mọ́ lọ́wọ́. I have prayed my way out of it. Wọ́n ló sọ pé I have paid my way. Tí yóò bá sanwó gan kó jẹ́ kó pay way ẹ̀, ṣé ó máa wá bọ́ síta sọ pé òun gbà tí ò ya wèrè? Nígbà tí ọ̀rọ̀ Prime Boy náà ó sọ, ó ní kó fílẹ̀ kan jẹ́ kó máa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ ọ̀tọ̀ níbi tó yìí sí. Èmi ò mọ bó ṣe ń sẹ́ẹ̀tì ọ̀rọ̀ o. Ṣùgbọ́n nínú àwọn little tí mo mọ̀ kò sí nǹkan tí gẹ́ ìbọ́ síta kó sọ. Ó máa find fault nínú ẹ̀. Bírú èmi náà tí mo bá jà, tí mo bá bínú, tí bá react, ìbínú tí máa fi react làwọn èèyàn máa rí. Wọn ò ní rí ibi tí mo ti ń bọ̀ nǹkan tó mú mi bínú. So if I find myself in that kind of a situation, táwọn àgbàlagbà dẹ̀ ní dákẹ́, ó máa lo àwọn materials nǹkan. Òun máa bá anybody. Okay, ṣé gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ti gbé ọmọ ẹ̀ ṣe pé tọ́lọ́mọ ò ní pé ọdún kan, tọ́mọdé ti ń pé ọdún méjì,
Is it not enough? Tọ́ni ẹ òun ló pa àdàbí tí ò bá yẹ pé òun ló pa pọ́mọ yòó ní pọ́mọ ọdún kan. Ọmọ tí ń rìn ọmọ gan tí ò bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ school gan. Is that not enough for any sensible person to know the truth of this matter? Wípé ẹ jẹ́ ká wò ẹ wá wo gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n dìtẹ̀ mọ́ girl yìí ẹ wo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wọn. Most of them they are restless. Is that not enough? Is it your double spiritually alert? Is that not a warning for àwọn tí wọ́n bá ti jáwọ́? I respect Papriano. Bàbá ṣe gbé wá, ó máa sọ sọ́tún, ó máa sọ sósì. Ó lè wà temperamental at times. We are not perfect. Ó máa sọ sí wa, ó máa sọ sẹ́yìn, ó máa pẹ́ everybody wọ́n sọ́tẹ̀. Báwọn kan dún lórí pé òun ló pàṣẹ. Ẹ wá wo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sáwọn tí wọ́n gbé ṣépè. Èwo nínú wọn ní títí ò bá wọn wí ọjọ́ ọ̀dà. It is just èmi ò sí nídìí àbòsí mi lóòótọ́ àwọn ní pé nínú àwọn tó ń bá Wùmí tó support Wùmí wọn ò rí Wùmí wọn ò bá Wùmí sọ̀rọ̀ bí bá sọ̀rọ̀ rí ọmọ òde ní any intention láti bá sọ̀rọ̀ kí ló fẹ́ fún mi ṣé máa gbó lọ́wọ́ òpó ni tó yẹ pé mo pọ̀ ọlọ́run lọ́kọ̀ ẹ̀ kí ló fẹ́ fún mi sílẹ̀ mi tó mi jẹ bọ́ àwọn ìyàbọ̀bìnrin ìyàbọ̀kùnrin aláwọn àbúrò obìnrin àwọn obìnrin náà ni wá ní ilé ọkọ wa ẹnìbọ̀ tó bá ń dọ́ pé kí Wùmí kó máa sọ̀rọ̀ síta ń sìn láago mélòó ẹ má kánjú ṣé gbogbo cases defamation gan ó máa tó 10 so tó bá ti dìgbà yẹn tí ò bá ti wá sọ̀rọ̀ ní kẹ́ wá ẹ má kánjú rárá ojú ló ń kan yín ó yìí máa sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ ṣe.
Sorry. Everybody wants to answer that first. Hold on. I'm not going for that. Everybody wants to answer that question first before, because I have another question that I want to say throughout to everybody. Okay. When you're contributing, then I'll
Okay. Yeah. Mommy.
I want to say something about what. Okay.
Let Arabic man talk first. Then go on.
Thank you so much. Mommy Ashakema. Mo fẹ́ sáré sọ̀kan, mo fẹ́ try láti maintain ohun mi tó dáa máa lè gbọ́ mi dáadáa mà. If you look at the Bible, Flix is so. What she said, she's been
Let's speak English.
Yeah, okay.
No. I'll mix everything. No, you buy your back English. I'll mix everything.
Yeah, so that you can also understand.
Okay.
What she said, she's been fair. She also said what she's even looking at for the sake of Wunmi herself. And you said something. You said the first time this lady came out to talk and she typed something on her Instagram that immediately that is one of the reasons why they are using against her. If you go and see what she typed on her Instagram, it's different from the account that she gave at the coroner inquest. So when that thing happens to him, they've came inside the house and inject my husband. Or prime boy has fought my husband. Now my husband is dead. It's another thing. But what she wrote there is far different from what actually happened. And secondly, and there has been a rumors of ear infection. And what she writes, so the thing was what she wrote, the thing was not tallying. So it's not because what baby boss it up. And for Baba, you said something. What Baba said in the interview, I calling for mommy, that people came for Wunmi. No. What Baba said that time was what made people even came for Baba, that Baba was the one that buying his own son. That imagine a father that lost his son, saying they didn't help me to build the house, they didn't help me to eat. It was not that statement that was used against Wunmi. And that was also the opportunity Ibu Karimon took to go to Daddy Freeze and started forming a lies against Baba. Because at instance, nobody knew that the man was never in that house, that the man was not even there when this guy buying. So, and now you make last statement. You said, Toba Jekpe, that Wunmi is waiting to get to court. So she's going to throw all her evidence out. Madam, if it is not being established at the coroner inquest that this guy was actually murdered, there's no court anywhere. So she had to bring those evidence so that they were able to name whoever that murdered this guy, that this guy was actually fine, and then they can charge them to court. But if she's keeping those evidence for court, so they were concluding in the coroner inquest that the guy just died naturally.
because now they said the injection that it was giving all those one and all that inconclusive. So please, evidence here, can
I respond, please? Let me respond. And for those that said I could not speak English, sorry, I was more comfortable speaking Yoruba then. Now let me respond to Ma. I said she cannot use her materials now. Till they get this court case is definitely not going to be the only one. Wumi will be attending, or you people will have to face if you are still interested. Now we are looking at the cause of death of Mohbad, and we are looking at DNA. But we are here to look at the court case, depending on the bullying aspect. Our evidences, our loads and lot of evidence of the bullying. I don't want to believe all we have on the social media is. I don't want to believe that is all she has. They shared the same iCloud for a reason. So if you say that she she only responded. I mean, she only gave an explanation at the corona based on the case at hand, the cause of death, and she said what she knew. But now you said she should have come out to say her husband was stabbed. Auntie, I was not there, you were not there.
No, madam.
I never know that she could have come out and talk. Wait, please.
Please, let's go. I never said she should come out and say.
Is she expected to say what did not happen? What is our truth?
Please, can we stop?
Okay, what is our truth? Our truth is that Wunmi should come and nail herself and say what she does not know, so as to appease the people that already have a negative impression about her. Is that what we are saying? That she should come and say what she doesn't know. When Samuel came to crown a king, I copied Jesse Lolo. But God said, you are looking at the face, but I'm looking at the heart. The ways of the Lord is different from our way. How can we be still sure and nail a widow for a year? How many of us will be willing to apologize, crawl on our knees and apologize to this girl if truly Allah innocent? With this sure, let's balance this whole thing, please. Have a nice day.
Please, you can go ahead.
I just want to ask the lady 2 questions. Mommy Ashake.
Just contribute to the question on ground.
Yeah, I will contribute, but I just want to
Who dropped her? Was she dropped?
I think she dropped herself.
Okay, I don't know.
Okay. See, K-Crown. If you follow this justice for Mohbad from the very onset, most of us on this platform today, or everybody talking about this justice for Mohbad, who actually knew Mohbad's wife till the very day, or till they exhumed Mohbad's wife. And this particular update that we're all talking about today, this WhatsApp update, can anybody come out today to say that update was actually updated that night the guy passed? You know why I'm asking this question? Not until the woman people rumored to be Mohbad's mom came out the day they wanted to bury him and came out to tell the world that God will be aware about it. That was what, like, everybody thought the guy.
You mean Baba's girlfriend?
I don't know him as Baba's girlfriend, but I don't know his.
They said Baba's family friend, not girlfriend.
Family friend. That was what really caused
family friend woman. See, sometimes something would be good.
That's what they called it. I don't know my position. Baba said my family friend. What he was doing in part 2.
Baba didn't introduce anybody to me as girlfriend, and I don't know as the girlfriend. I only know how to be
girlfriend.
to be the person that came out to tell the whole world that Kawobiti Yahweh Bade Origila Martin. So that was when people realized that there was more to this guy's demise. If it was not for that woman, they would have buried that guy that day, and nothing like justice for Mohbad. That was what caused.
What are you saying? The guy was buried that day now. The guy was buried that same day now. What are you saying?
No, you know.
For me, not what the woman said. It's more of the videos of bullying that made us think.
No, my sister. That was before they buried Mohbad. There was no video outside. That statement that woman made triggered the Wunmi side to come outside to now bring out some narratives that they paid for Baba. They paid for Baba.
What that woman said brings all about how we are all going through now.
Yes. So
you understand? But it's not the thing that led the guy. Baba's girlfriend, what he said was to let you introduce
I'm trying to get some.
Girlfriend is never introduced. Them secrets.
No, I'm correcting you on what you said.
People Tolani knows that she's a family friend. Tolani that she's supposed to meet. She knows that she's a family friend, not a girlfriend.
No, sister, that very day, OG Baba, what's his name, did an interview with Baba. That was when Baba said, I'm all alone. You get. So what I'm trying to tell you is that before that interview that woman made, we never saw any video. It was just normal, and they buried Mohbad. If people saw the video that day,
no, we've been saying Naira Marley video. We saw Naira Marley video. It was bullying. What that woman said actually brought all about all this argument, family discord. That was that's the beginning of the whole thing.
Let's just use psychology, normal psychology.
Jan April, hold on. Jan April, let him make a submission, then you come in.
Let's just use normal psychology. If they try that guy, I'm telling you the fact. What I know is what I'm saying.
No psychology.
If you have a different contrary opinion.
Jan April, let him make a submission, then you come in.
What I know was that the woman made that thing. People thought that was Mohbad, and she said, this land will bury him here for the world to know that the wife, Kawobiti Yahweh Bade, statement to trigger everything here. And that was when people started realizing that Kilo Shave Boy, because what of a lot seen it that very day. If the woman didn't say anything, the woman said so really here. Oh, there's consider. If any or one Yahweh Mohbad no family wants that day. Even if you listen to Karimo, that was what she said as well. If any Jati there, Baba, that he collected money from Naira Marley. That was when Naira Marley's story started. Baba had an interview that very day. He didn't say anything about Budo. He didn't say anything about Opa now. I mean, nobody even said anything about what father did the very day. And nobody even knew the wife. Kálẹ̀ ọmọ ìyàwó ni, kálẹ̀ ọmọ ìyàwó Mohbad ni. Ìjọ tí wọ́n lọ raise ọwọ́ ẹlòmíì ní kìíní. People would have identified that kò ṣe ìyàwó Mohbad. Nobody knew anything. Wọ́n ṣe gbogbo kìíní yẹn. I don't know. I can't say maybe somebody spied him or this thing. But there was controversy in this guy's demise. And nobody really wanted to say anything. Ìjà tó jà láàrin àwọn ní kéèsì ṣe ti ibi tó dé yìí. Because nobody is saying anything.
Sorry, I need to call you your chief because I'm in a hurry. But do you know what? There's one thing I wanted to say. Why are you allowing people to set us back? We need to go straight to the future. All this story this guy is saying or other people are saying is what we discuss every day. Can you progress? Do you understand?
There's a question that I'm
pushing. Progress yourself, so we can follow you.
People need to move on. People dies and people have to move on.
Family die, they move on immediately. See the way you are talking.
Listen, I'm not talking to you. Is mobile
Hold on. Hello. Let's not make this out. There's a discussion on this platform.
So I know you are not relating to you. I'm not talking to you.
April, hold on.
Move on, Care. Not everybody wants you to stay there because people are using too much money. That's one of your business. You are not comfortable. You don't have this platform. You can go to other platforms. I've been ranting track. They move on. Look at your family. Then many other things. They move on with your life now.
They will not make us understand.
Let's just leave you behind. Then, okay, you now. You can move on. Bye bye.
Your favorite. Hold on. April.
We need to move progress.
April, hold on now. There's a discussion on this platform before all of you came in now. Hold on. We don't want anything to be rowdy. Okay, please. Papa Reno and Madam Azov, they've been having a conversation, both of them, and there was no argument, nothing. Please, let's stay on the discussion, please. This is not time for insult and all of this. Let's learn. The question is this: that why is it that
I never insulted anyone, but you need to control some animals on the platform. You are the one saying.
Excuse me, please. We were having a civil discussion. We don't want any kind of harassment or bullying on this platform, please. If you're going to come and start abusing or insulting, we'll leave for you.
Hold on now.
Just the order now.
Please stay on the. Let's stay on the question and let's understand ourselves. Like I put forward that people have been saying that Wunmi has not been talking and they've been having problem with it, and she has gone to the inquest and definitely to even the police also to make her own statement. And with that, people still don't find it. They are not satisfied with it. Now, unlike the way you see Baba Mohbad, comes out to talk, here and there and all of those things. So my question is this: that why is it that they are not satisfied with all of those things that she has said, in the court during the inquest and with the police? That or is it until she comes out like every other person that that will make them feel that yes, she has no hand in it, or maybe she's she's innocent, sort of. So that is my question. Let's stay on the question, because I still have another thing to ask, another question to pass out, so we can understand ourselves. Thank you.
So can I say something now?
Of course you can talk, Mr. Oluwatosin.
Okay, yes, I greet you and I greet everyone. The thing is this. There is nobody, maybe let me say on the panel, that is actually new to this case anymore. And there are some certain things that we shouldn't be going back and forth over again, because it is something that is clear. The thing is this: let us be sincere with ourselves. Because one of the problems regarding this whole case is the fact that some individuals, under the guise of we are public, they feel like they are entitled to some explanation. But we should take it slow and take it back. Number one is the fact that this is a family case. Be it Wunmi, Baba, or anybody, the immediate family, their first line of responsibility for those who were in the house that day, their first line of responsibility and explanation first is to the parents of Mo, which they did. Because you will not tell me that night, either they called Baba or they did not call him, as he claimed. When he got there that night, he would have asked questions. He would have asked what happened, Kilo Shelley and everything. He would have been given some explanation before he would have decided the fact that, okay, What has happened. Let us pack up the body for burial. Because the honest truth is the fact that he gave the permission for the body to be moved out of the body for burial. So it simply means if Baba had not given the green light, nobody would have maybe like said they want to go and bury. But let's put that aside. When this whole thing happened, because people come online and act as if like Wunmi has given a statement to the family, to Baba, to Mama, those who were close, people who were around. In that moment, she gave everybody a statement. Now, it came out to the police. This lady has been interrogated by the police 6 times. After that one, this lady has gone to the inquest to give an account of what happened. If what she says tally or does not tally, that is on her, the authorities and those directly involved. But it's just a pity that people feel like, okay, because if I listen to the submission of somebody, because Baba came out and Mama also has granted the interview, then Wunmi should also set ring lights on TikTok, start giving story, and this and this and this. What exactly do you want her to say again? If she comes out and say like, oh, this is what I know, this is this whole thing. Okay, what you want is to make content out of it. To make content out of it, to see the things she said right, the things she did not say right. On Papariano's platform here, he has over time, not once, not twice, or even 3 times, as he read the OCTC reports of each and every one of them at the inquest. He has. Legeris has done it, Aristocrat has done it. So many people have read a statement over and over on their platform. Why is it that you are not satisfied with that? That you feel like the only thing you want to have is that content? How many cases of this, like, because that you see like the widow has to come out, like, take ground, let's be sincere with ourselves. What makes you feel like Mohbad owes you as a person? Because sometimes they say, we are the public. Who are the public? Who are the public? In what capacity are you, like, can you do anything as a public? Is it that you are responsibility? Is it that you are the prosecuting counsel or whatsoever? Okay, if Wunmi comes out today and say like, okay, we fight this guy or whatsoever, as the public, what you are going to do is this whole sentimental judgment. Like, there is no action you can take, there is nothing you can do. So now the thing is this. You see, the thing is, you say, Anne, Asuku, or whatsoever your name is, I try the best I can not to insult you because I know you're very, very dumb. You telling me don't be silly in the comment section shows how empty your skull is. But you know, like, I'm not going to like roll in the mud with you. Now, the question K-Crown asked is, why is it that people don't believe her? As the case is, there is nothing. Wunmi does not believe. Satisfied. Yes, satisfied. They are not satisfied. The honest truth is, Wunmi does not owe any of us, whichever name you want to call yourself, public, civil society, or whatsoever. She does not owe any of us any explanation. Just like aristocrats, we always call us. We are meant to some interloper. There is no title anywhere called public. There is nothing anywhere. You are not relevant to the case. So Wunmi does not owe anybody aside the family, the authorities investigating the case. She has a liberty to decide who she wants to talk to. So don't give yourself any relevance or importance, because I think like people have run with this whole situation in their head that they feel like, oh, she owes us, she owes the public. Who are the public? Under what association or under what constitution are you operating?
Mr. Luatosin, please, can I ask you a question?
Yes,
leave him, let him land, please. Let
me ask him so that I can add it to his response.
Yes. But it's not more talking. It's talking. It's not more talking.
Let me ask my question, please. Mr. Luatosin, when Mohbad died, 3 things I want to say, so please don't answer me as soon as I ask the first one. The first thing that Wunmi did that was her communication with the public was her posts on Instagram.
Because you
Her
stop
post
him,
on
you
Instagram.
stop you and answer that question.
Please,
If
I'm not
you are
asking you,
in
Madam
only
Janet,
such a
please,
situation,
please let
he
me
can
speak
do
to
anything.
Mr. Oluwatosin,
Similarly to
please.
you. No, because you caught Mr. Oluwatosin short. That's why I'm cutting you short as well. So please.
I am
What
asking him a
gives you
question.
that
Allow me
next
to land with my question now. I've not even asked
will
my
ask you
question.
as well.
Must you respond
I will
to me?
answer you as well.
I don't want you to answer me. I'm not asking you.
Now, let me calm down.
Lisa has the right to ask my question.
Stop people when they are making conversation. She should have allowed him to finish his conversation.
He already finished.
Finally finished. He's just insulting. So calm
Let's
down.
take it easy. Okay, let's take it easy.
And Janepri, if you came to this platform to fight, you shouldn't be here. Because we're having a civil discussion here.
Continue with your question, please. Continue.
Thank you. So, when Mohbad died, Wunmi made several posts on the Instagram, which is a public platform.
Wait, make this correction. What you're saying on our personal page.
Yes, but her personal page has a lot of followers.
People.
Can you let me land?
One after the other.
Okay. One after the other now. Let's finish. Okay, so Wunmi has so many followers on Instagram, and she made a post. She made several posts about the death of her husband. That information was meant for the public because many people that are following her are not her personal friends. They're the general public and a few of her friends. Because I don't believe Wunmi has over 10,000 personal friends. I don't believe that. That is one. And today, I'm sure you know that her Instagram page has over 200,000 followers. So that even goes further than, anything she says now or does goes further than when this whole thing started. So that is one. So that's her addressing the public. The second thing I want to say, you're a Yoruba man. You said, so Baba Mohbad said that when he got to the house and asked Wunmi, Kilo Shele, Wunmi said, Nurse, Ogun labere, abere yen o sheba kolare. But Baba, egbe lo sekiti keloro. Hold that in your left hand. Okay. Then when Wunmi had a conversation with Abu Ebel and Hayat, and Abu Ebel asked Wunmi, nígbà tí gbogbo kíní ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ kí ni ìgbésẹ̀ tí ìwọ náà gbé? She said, mo sọ fún bàbá kí wọ́n gbé lọ sí Èkìtì kí wọ́n lọ rò. Now, as a Yoruba man, if somebody dies and you get there and you're asking kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀, and the person you're asking is saying, ẹ gbé lọ kẹ́ lọ rò, what does that imply? What does that mean to you?
Okay,
just make it simple.
Can I answer your question now?
Yes. For me, I'll answer you what it means to me. It means that there's something shady about the death.
Now,
so you go on and answer it.
You cannot eat your cake at the same time.
No, I'm saying, okay, what does it mean to you? Let me mute so that you can respond.
Now, you've made 3 things, and I'm going to summarize everything together for you. Number one, my first prayer is the fact that in one way, in any way, because sometimes I get to, when people say some certain things, it's like maybe people see this thing like it is African magic. In a situation whereby you've been prepped, if this thing happen, this is what you are going to say. This is what you are going to do. You see, let me tell you something. If something did not happen to you, you always have a better understanding or a better way of managing that situation because that thing did not happen to you in the moment. Yes, you said she made the post. Number one is the fact that I can say it like I said.
The public. She addressed the public in the posts. That's why I said that.
Wait, now, do you want to listen to me? Or you
I want to listen. I'm just clarifying. Go on.
Wait, calm down. The thing is this. This is Papariano's page. Papariano did not send an invite to me that it is a must, or if you come on TikTok, come and follow me. No. I came on TikTok, I see Papariano, I like what he's doing. I followed him. If Papariano come today and post I feel like eating salmon fish, that is Papariano's opinion. That is itself. People need to learn how social media works. Something happens. Wunmi posted on her own page So if Wumi had posted that I made 5 billion naira, are you going to believe it? So the thing is, people have selective amnesia. They choose what they want to believe on your own post. But this is social media. Yes, in our thoughts, she made a post. And if you want to take back that post, because over time, even on Ladies Aries platform, we've read that post. I guess on Papariano too, we've read the post she made. What exactly is the context of the post? She only stated how the guy suffered and how the few things he went through, his suffering and everything. But people twisted it in the post like, she wrote that they fight the niggas, come and take your trophy. I put it to you that go and bring that post if you see anything of such there. There is nothing of such there. There is nothing of such there. People twisted it and they run with it. So you expect her to come and say, oh, that is not what I wrote, oh, that is not what I meant. No. Now, you said, when Baba got to the house, she said, hello, the question is, my sister, have you been with someone you love before and maybe like a person abruptly ends it in your presence? Tell me that you'll be thinking straight in that moment, that in your head, the next thing is, oh, this is what we should do. This is how we should do it. This is how we should do it. In some situation, if you lose someone you truly love, like in some situation, like that person, they change, they turn to another thing to you. You in fact, within like, let's say 1 hour, 2 hours, you might not even be in your right senses. Some people a whole day, they cannot even come with reality to the fact that this thing has happened. I can give you my own example. My grandma, we're very, very, very close. She was living with us. And she woke up in the morning, even dressed up the children that were going to school and everything. And she said she wants to take something inside her room. And she just went inside. She did not come outside. And those children going to school were waiting. Now, Mama will say daddy, Mama will say daddy, Mama will say daddy, for like over 30 minutes, 40 minutes. So they said they should go and check her inside. They saw her seated on the floor. Before they would check, they rushed to call me. I started the car. We put her in the car. We drove her to the hospital. Upon getting to the hospital, the doctor came outside, checked her. And they said, like, and the doctor said, Mama Tilo. In that moment, I won't lie to you, I was the one who drove her to the hospital. The only thing I remembered was the fact that I was just walking on the road. But people feel like there is a way to which, in the moment, like you can just process it. You are not the one in our shoes now. Because you people, sometimes when you talk, it's like there is a manual to this thing, that once something happens, like there is a solution to it. No, my dear sister. There is no solution to it. So you cannot tell how people will react. I've seen people like, they lose someone, they don't cry. And I've seen people losing on one road. You don't tell people this is how you must react. It is not a manual. So we need to understand that first, my sister. So I think I've been able to answer your answer.
Mr. Oluwatosin, the conversation with Abuibel and Hayat took place months after the initial discussion with her dad.
First lady, I'm not a moderator. I'm not a moderator.
Hello.
Is someone else speaking? Please, I'm asking Mr. Oluwatosin. The discussion with Hayat and Abuibel took place several months after the one that when she spoke to Baba, and she still confirmed it that she told the Baba to go and row, meaning that was her conviction. She said it when he freshly died, and then months after, when Abuibel said, she said, Musofu Baba row. So meaning that she was validating what she said initially. She was clear about what she said. Do you understand? Meaning that she knows that there's something wrong with the way he died. She wanted it investigated. That's why I expected you to answer me, not to. I know she was grieving. I know that there's nobody that will lose a close family member. I will not be feeling, somehow. You may not even be in your right senses. It's allowed. It's correct. But if months later she repeated the same thing, ni mo ṣe ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín Olúwatósìn pé kí lẹ́yìn rò kó fà á tí Wùmí ṣe insist pé òun sọ pé kí bàbá lọ ró. You understand? So, I mean, as a Yoruba person, Loro means a law investigate traditionally or ritualistically or whatever. Why?
Azel Flakes, can I interject just quickly?
No, please. Let Mr. Oluwatosin answer me now, please. I don't want to turn to Frank.
No, I'm not here to fight. I'm just because he has already answered me. We are not doing it.
The crown, you just came up. Please, hold on. The crown, you just came up. Hold on. See you, hold on. Hold on. You just came. Don't say anything. You just came up. Hold on. There's a procedure. To this place.
You don't understand what I'm saying.
When there's space, you will come up. When there is space, you will come up.
Okay.
When there is space, you will come up.
Let me use your space. Should I put her in your space? Let her request, I'll put her in your space. I mean, there's no...
Can I quickly
First lady, hold on. Oh yeah, Mr. Oluwatosin, let's take it one after the other. Okay? Everybody will talk, okay? We just don't want to be rowdy. Thank you.
Mr. Oluwatosin is not there. That's why I'm trying to answer that question. That's the only reason I'll go down.
Madam Azel Flakes, can anyone other person answer the question? Since Mr. Oluwatosin is not answering as of now.
Can I quickly add something?
Firstly, let me put this input. I'm getting down to go and take care of my kids. So
okay, I'll continue.
When she said Oroku, why are we trying to twist this thing? Like she said, when you say something like that, it means you are in denial. When someone is in denial and don't believe what just happened, that's what you say. Eloroku. She is just in the first stage of grief. And in the first stage of grief, what do? You deny. You are in shock. You don't believe it has happened, even though it has happened. So you can say anything. You can even accuse people who may have the slightest argument with your husband. Abele Yoba. And we should stop trying to take the Nigerian factor out of this. There is a Nigerian factor that we are spiritually inclined. We put spirituality in everything. So why are we trying to twist it? This is very simple. That's all I came to say. It's the first stage of any grief. And for people who are saying she said, it's your trophy, go and carry it. Anyone can say anything. She didn't even say that. There is no way they can pull that thing out. And even if she said it, it's just part of grieving. You blame anybody blamable. Why are we trying to strip her of her humane or humanity? Like she's not a human. She's not allowed to say stuff. Like we don't see people when their husbands die, they can blame anyone. Even though it might not be true. That's what you call grief. Before you come to terms with it, you go through a lot of corners. That's why I came to say, but hey, I'm going down, I have things to take care of. Bye.
Kekran, please, can I say something?
All right, continue.
Sorry, please. Oluwatosin said we don't hold no explanation. But Oluwatosin said Baba Mohbad did not finish his statement, did not tell us what happened in the police station where Lady Aries petition Darosha. But you are saying that Wunmi don't have a whole lot of explanation. Why are you asking Baba to come and finish the what happened in that police station?
Okay, can I answer you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the thing is this. Maybe you need to listen to me carefully to understand the things I'm saying and don't just take it out of context. The police station case, don't forget the fact that it was initiated by some individuals. You understand? So it was initiated by some individuals, not like maybe the Baba himself. Some individuals initiated the whole process on his behalf. And I think like at the end of the day, definitely he would have briefed those who initiated the whole processing. This is what happened. I didn't say like Baba owes anybody any explanation. If you've listened to me earlier, I said like not Baba, not Mama, not Wunmi or any one of them owe anybody anything. That is what I said. So I didn't say Baba owes anybody.
No, it was not here. You said it. You understand? Okay. It was not. It was the IT guy place.
Yes. I said it. I said it. So what I said is the fact that all this thing, it was not like that is the only thing I said. So don't cherry pick it. It was a conversation going on. And what led to that conversation was reminiscing on the 14 months journey. And part of my submission led to the whole case about the whole embalmment case and everything. And what brought it up is the fact that I said till today, there is no member of the public as they claim that knows the outcome of the petition that was written against Darusha, Wunmi, and Adura regarding the embalmment processing. That was what I said. That there is no member, like people who claim to be member of the public, everybody owes anything. Like the one that really matters, that you need to, like, okay, if we hold on to this, we should get an answer for it. There is nothing. When you don't get anything, you move on from it. But the one that you are not getting anything from is the one that you are waiting for. Like you must get something. So if you want to pick my conversation, pick it holistically. Not just like you cherry pick like, oh, I said Baba should know. My conversation was not subjected around Baba coming to give anybody any information. He does not owe anybody anything. He does not owe me anything. So what does Baba want to come and tell me? Was he in the house when the boy died? Was he there? So what exactly does he want to come and say? He cannot say anything.
You did not finish it up to today. She did not let anybody know what is going on. But for the past 14 months, we have not uttered any word. Are you so happy about that?
Are you listening to me?
I was Look up to me, please.
Wait. Are you listening to me to understand and comprehend?
I have the conversation.
There was a lengthy conversation. And
move to next person. It's gonna be dramatic now because there's no answer.
Let's move on. So that we don't want to. So Alistair, you want to make a contribution? Do you know what we are talking about? Do you know what we are talking about?
Yes, I do.
Do you know what? All right. Yeah, move on. Then after Alistic, then we'll have your favorite. Then after your favorite, then Anna Suko. Then First Lady.
Okay. So what I want to say is this. And this question goes to Mr. Chose because when we're talking about the ruin of Oku, to the best of my understanding, you have to bury a person to roll the Oku. I don't know if I'm making sense. You have to bury a person. So in other words, the burial of Mohbad was initiated by Wunmi because you do not roll Oku while the person is below, is not on the ground. The person has to be buried, then they give the person a weapon or do some kind of ritual on the person and ask the person to go after whoever took their life. So we shouldn't be coming here to say Baba initiated Mohbad. To me, to bury Mohbad, to me, the burial of Mohbad was agreed by the whole family. Nobody should come and play that because ruin of Oku, you need to put the person on the ground for that ritual to be activated. To the best of my understanding, I don't know if anybody have other, view of this, but that's what I believe by ruin of Oku, and that's what I want to say.
Okay, do you want me to say something to that? The thing is this. You see, don't let us overflow this whole issue of one rook. If Wunmi said, can't she anything. Even Wunmi, if she has said like, okay, one, cremate the body, go and do anything to the body, go and laminate the body or whatever. She said what she said. So it is not in my place to come and be explaining the reason why Wunmi said what she said, or this or no. That question or what you want to be asking me now should be directed to Wunmi. She knows what she was saying within the context of what she's saying. So if you now want to explain what Wunmi said to your own reasoning, you are right. It is you. I am not Wunmi. I am not there. I didn't know what prompted her. Because the first question you ask yourself is, which you should ask yourself is, what prompted her or what made her like come up with the old thinking or the ideology of Eloro Kuyini? Why was she not talking about Ejeka Shotopsy, Ejeka Shekiniko Kiniko? So it is your opinion. If that is your definition to what she said, it is fine. You are right by it. So I am not going to.
Sorry, Kekwan, you're the one moderator. Sorry to interject. I'm not talking about you, but I just want to pop quiet to people in the comment section. Comment section C. Let us get one thing clear. Kekwan, hold on. Let us get one thing clear. This Paparino's platform is a platform that is being liberal. If you guys are civil, other people will be civil. If you're not civil, then you will not get civility. And let me tell you, if you insult anybody who hasn't come for you, I will block you. I will block you. Take it from me. Okay? So let's keep it. Now I'm gonna address Mr. Oluwatosin. Hold on, let me come to you. When I said, let me talk. I was on what I was talking. When I said silly, let me talk. Let me meet you first. When I said silly, that was not an insult. If you took it the wrong way, then I apologize. It's a very normal term to say stop being silly. I didn't say stupid. You want to check it up on Google. Okay? When somebody says stop being silly, that's saying, oh, come on, what you're saying is not making sense.
You are not going to tell.
All right? So that is not an insult. And I just said, if you took it as an insult, apologies are tendered, and that's that. I wrap that up there. That's done there. Now I'm addressing the comment section. If anybody says nasty things here when nobody's attacking you, we would attack you back, and otherwise I would mute or block. Let us be civil here. That's all. For you, I've addressed you. If you took the silly out of context, I've apologized for that. That's done. But the people on this comment section, if you say any crap, you abuse people that are not, to say Mommy Hazel Flakes and the rest of them, I will block you or mute you. On your platform, you don't even allow us come and comment there. We can't even write one word on any of you people's platform. So you will not abuse the privilege here. And that is on it, period.
You can also drop me. Stop acting
like
I'm
not dropping you. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to people in the comment section, not you. Not you. I'm not talking to you.
You started it first.
I didn't. No, don't get it wrong. There have been comments before you came up. In case you don't know, I've been on this live for a long time. They've been commenting long before you came up. Your own of silly have addressed that. That's done. Leave your own aside. That has been done. The people on the comment section, they've just been nasty back to back. I don't answer me that because I've been here for a long time.
You are using the word nasty.
Go on.
You are using the word nasty.
Can I talk now?
I didn't say. I only said that was silly to you, and I apologize. That one is done.
The comment section is part of it. The
comment section, they have been nasty for a long time. It's been getting very nasty. And some people have been civil. We have been attacking them back to back, so they need to be civil. If both parties will be civil, if they are civil,
they are not going alongside this platform like this. They are going to insult you on what grounds?
We have never gone to their platform to go and write even ABC. We can't write
local men. We can't
even write A on their platform. They block you in an instant. Don't try it here.
Yes, we should take it the other way around because Mohbad is not an animal and Mohbad is not a joke to us. And I don't want to engage Mr. Oluwatosin. Can I talk now?
Please, all right. Hello. It's okay. Please, let's go on. Hold on. Hold on, please. Let's us go straight to the point. It's break your submission, not question. Don't direct it. Not an interview session to Mr.
They are crying.
So please make Mr. Hold on. Just go.
I guess I have to go because it is becoming toxic and everything. This is not personal now, and it's not what to tell you. If you open and come on like
good morning.
Sorry, my turn. It's my turn. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Because he said,
Bless, can you mute your mic? Sorry.
But somebody asked him a question now. Somebody, before you roll, who have to be buried. And he said we should go and ask Wumi. Okay, that's why we are asking Wumi to come outside.
They are all cowards.
You understand? You said Wumi don't have the explanation, but we are asking you now. You say you are not there. Wumi, we should ask. Let Wumi come outside now. Yeah, you see? Because you cannot. You can't swallow a food for a child.
Wow. Moderator is active. God bless you for that. Can I talk my own talk now? Inspector General, ayé ẹ ló máa bàjẹ́, family ẹ ló máa jam àgbàkó, olórí burúkú máa ṣàǹfààní. You're full under fake profile, fake policewoman, stupid woman. Ẹlẹ́sìn mẹ́ta múrí kan. That's on that. When Mohbad died, that was on the 11th of 2023, on Monday, because you claim to love him. Oh, husband of my youth. Oh, I cannot do without you. Oh, my baby. Oh, my darling. The same darling you went along with to Ikorodu with a 5-month-old baby. That's on that. You had, like you guys have had an argument. To the extent of you promised to end this career, of which you did. That same guy, because without Mohbad, we do not know you. All this your Simumi that are crying now, that are crying in the comment section, that can take bullets for you. Without Mohbad, they will not know you. Because of you are using widow victimization, you gather them. Because if you do not pretend as if you are mourning and you'll be crying that they are bullying you, nobody will come for you. It is through this Mohbad that there is still Wunmi. Nobody knows Omo Wunmi before. And the fact that Mohbad did not even disclose his relationship to the public, kudos to him. Because, he's a musician. Stuff like that. He don't want to disclose his family stuff online. We respect that. Okay, you put a statement on your own wall. I'm not saying it's on Papariano's platform. I'm not saying it's on Bukky Jese's platform. It's on your own platform on Instagram, right? And you narrated everything with emoji. I expected you to be crying, to be mourning, without you being with your phone. Unknowingly to us that you are a game changer. You are good at it. Because how can someone and you will be with your phone typing episode with emoji? That emoji shocked me. You still carry pictures put alongside with your write-up. And according to you and to your rubbish narrative about the nurse came to the house. Fine, the nurse came to the house, the nurse injected Mohbad. According to you guys, the injection did not go right. They had to rush him to the hospital, and the hospital confirmed brought in dead. You guys did not hold the nurse responsible on that same spot. You allowed the nurse to go. That was the reason why Baba Mohbad granted interview in the first place, that once up when nurse logun labere. Baba Mohbad never said Naira Marley look mommy. Because we all saw the video of when Sam Larry was bullying him. Baba Mohbad did not even say bullying look pa. Ó sọ pé nọ́ọ̀sì ló sọ pé wọ́n sọ pé Naira Marley ló wá sílé ló rán àwọn ọkùnrin wá pa, àbí wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ pé Sam Larry ló kó àwọn gáàgẹ̀ wá kà mọ́lé, wọ́n sọ pé nọ́ọ̀sì ni. The same nurse only the same nurse that is going to the club dancing to your faces that kò sí nǹkan tẹ́ máa ṣe sẹ́ èmi náà ni mo gun, right? The same nurse, you guys did not hold her responsible at that same spot. You allowed the nurse to go, and if Mr. Loba was not even there when all this boha was happening, he was later called in the afternoon. Then I don't even know. That's on that. You did not hold that nurse accountable. Then you went on your Instagram pulling bullies. I beg, at that same spot that you claimed it was a nurse, was it the bully that Sam Larry bullied him that cried him? Because now you are just trying to make it look like it was bullying. And we do not even see where Naira Marley bullied him. Me as a person, there is no video clip of where Naira Marley was bullying Mohbad. Okay? But Naira Marley said, and I quote, said, "Tí o bá kú tán sí, èmi náà máa mú." If it is your relationship with women that is toxic, allow her to go to their house. Jẹ́ kí ọmọ yìí máa lọ. The clip is on internet.
Sorry, good morning, everyone. See, this one I hold submission. Hold on first. This one I hold submission. First, calm down first, okay? This one we have been here this for over 14 months now. We not fully repeat what we still did.
Can you not interject me? 14 months, 15 months, what's your business? I beg, mute your mic.
My sister, we make her.
Can you mute your mic?
No. That's not what happened. K-Crown asked a question and was saying that there was a question they were answering before.
Also, that's
why she's answering.
We are the ones doing ourselves. We are the ones doing ourselves. There is a topic going on here. You are coming here saying trash, claiming to be fighting for Mohbad.
Your favorite, continue, please.
Come on now. Are you a coward? Huh? Mohbad has a future ahead of him. Mohbad wants to live. He said, Mohbad said he doesn't want to die. They should help him. But nobody helped him. When they supposed to take him to the hospital, they waited for the nurse for 2 days. Abba, it doesn't make any sense. Now someone said we should move on. Move on, Kay. Did we look like Wumi here? Abba, you claim that it was the nurse. You did not hold the nurse on that same spot. You allowed the nurse to go. Now you are telling us it was Bully that pied him. Bully that pied him inside his own house. And a day before he died, you promised to end his career. You even wanted to get out to go to the hotel. Even if we did not see the video clip of it, Spendy said it. And there was a video clip of when Mohbad was even accusing Naira Marley inside the live stream, when you were saying, Eja Kimbole, Mufe Bole, as a wife, that you claim to love your boyfriend. Your boyfriend was crying on a live stream, and you wanted to leave him on that same spot. That is, you are a coward. And you said the relationship is so perfect. That's husband of my youth, husband of your youth, they were bullying him. He was crying to Nigerians to help him. You were there. You were saying, Eja Kimbole. The video is out there. Nobody can defend that. Eja Kimbole, why your husband was crying for help, that Nigerians should help him, that they want to buy him. You never mentioned the word. You were like, Eja Kimbole, you are running away like a coward. Same thing repeated itself. A day before his demise, according to Spendy, you said, Eja Kimbole, why your husband was in trouble, he was in pain, and you claimed he sustained an injury from the show. So definitely, he will be feeling pain, so he needs you by his side. And now, some people, funny enough, right? Mr. Loba has been granting interviews here and there, regardless the fact that he was not even at that same spot when he died. That was why Iyalolade said, "Ewobisi Iyawo Ebade," because you have already, because Mohbad had already accused you of buying him from that voice note on the second day of your birthday, 2022. He accused you of buying him, and you actually did. That was why Iyalolade said, "Ewobisi Iyawo Ebade." I mean, she have a point. She knows what she's saying, because they are in that Aloba family. They are friends or relatives or whatever. They know your character, that you are not a good person. You are a pretender. Funny enough, this girl, I thought she's a camera shy person. That is why she's not even granting any interview. Or not to me that she's a gamer. So you are not a camera. So you cannot grant interview to tell us what happened, but you can face the camera and be patronizing your own business. That is being selfish. But now, that is what you mean. And Mohbad was full of life. He never said he wanted to die. Also, if you hear that voice note when he was talking to Abiola, was like, he does not want to die, but when he needed help, nobody was there for him. Even the person that closed, even the person that claimed that she closed, because I was hearing Bisoliwa Tosin was saying it on a platform that the only person that was there, that picture is popping up, is Omowumi. Omowumi that was in the streets for when she was 14 years, squatting with a man. On the north in Nigeria, age 30 balaga, you are 18 years. to do whatever you want to do, 18 years and above. But you, God have mercy, baby. Some 40 years, not because if you have a parental care, a good parent, your parent will not leave you to be living with a man at the age of 14 years. Because you are saying you guys have been together for 10 good years. 10 good years, and you are 24 years old. Are you kidding us? We are not as dumb as your team, and we are not using emotions here. Because how can a 14 years old girl be suffering with a man? Because when Mr. Loba and Mohbad was doing their Brisope and Bricklayer one, did you take Patako for them? Did you do anything for them? No. You were nowhere to be found. A 14 years old girl suffering with a 17 years old boy. What a life. Oh my God. What a day to be alive. Now they are saying you are innocent, But what stops you to grant one or two interview alongside with Mr. Aloba if you are truly innocent? At least the family should be in one accord. If you are a good wife, you will cooperate with your father-in-law to fight for justice. But no, your case is different. Because we are in a lawless country, Nigeria. What a life. Someone else, please.
Hello, good morning. Sorry, good afternoon. Please, can I quickly say something? Can I talk now?
Please carry on. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm not here to defend or fight against anybody, but I don't know Wunmi from anywhere, and I don't know Mohbad. As a matter of fact, I knew him after he died, the night he died. I've been hearing his song. I didn't know he was the one that sang those songs. But I just want everybody to know one thing. As a young widow myself, my husband died when I was 31, and he was sick though. I was with him throughout. But there is something called denial. Even when you see all the handwritings on the wall, you still felt, no, it's not going to happen. And another thing I felt happened to me.
Sorry, please hold on, ma. Please, everybody like the light, so let's tap. Thank you.
Okay, so another thing is this. We grieve differently. I see people attacking her. I don't know her. But as somebody who has been in her shoes before, though I wasn't attacked, I wasn't accused of killing my own husband because people, his family, everybody knew. I tried all I could. But there are different levels to grief. And if you've never been in that shoes, you probably don't know what that person is going through. You probably don't know how. That's why I tell people, when you say a widow, when somebody's husband died, you don't tell them, don't cry. If at that point in time, that person wants to cry, let her cry. If at that person wants to scream, let her scream. She alone knows how to feel at that point. And I can boldly say it that I've been celibate for over 7 years now, not because I didn't see any other person to call me, not because men are not coming, but because I cherish the moments we spent together. So the same thing that happened to me happened to me. On the night he died, I was given injection. I was put on injection to sleep. I think I was given pains. It didn't last me an hour. And then the next thing, the only thing that was in my brain, I took my phone and I put it on the internet. Oh my God. So you left. Do you understand? I posted on the internet. I know people will be like, oh, Kilonshe, your husband just died and you are posting. But that was a way for me to be able to grieve. And I've got twins. I've got children. My husband died 5 days to my children's 3rd birthday. We were already preparing for the birthday. And a whole lot was going on in my head. He was an events person. We had a series of events lined up that he has taken money from. People who do not know me, probably if anybody should witness what I was going through at that point, they'll be like, oh, because I couldn't cry. People has weddings that he has collected money for. Mother will not come to your event if he did not get his 90% payment. And then the people were like, oh, I was like, don't have my phone. The day he died, I was still working. I was supposed to be grieving. I was not supposed to talk. I was supposed to feel a certain kind of way. I'm sorry if this sounds like maybe I'm defending Wunmi. I'm not. I'm only talking from my own experience. People are like, oh, my phone. I was like, if you have my phone, I want to come people he has collected money from. That same Saturday he died on a Saturday. He has 3 events. If anybody is in Ibadan, ask of Miracle NBC Pictures. People know him well. People that he has collected money from that day, that has events that day. I couldn't tell his boys that went to events. The following Saturday, we had another event that was collected. In fact, the person paid the last payment into my own account, and we spent it in the hospital. Okay, for me to now grieve, will I have off that phone? I think his family members were there when calls were coming in. People wanted to confirm, Shelo, Tony, is it really happening? One of the bride called and she was like screaming and crying on the phone. Then I was like, do you want to talk? I remember that statement very well. I mean, do you want to talk or you want to cry? If you want to talk, talk to me. But if you want to cry, I guess you have to go and cry and then come back. When you are done crying, come back and then I will attend to you. But anybody who does not probably know what I've been through, I look like a mad woman. I look like a mess at that point. Though he was sick for a certain period of time. He had cancer. He was sick. But deep down me, I was like, oh, they killed this man. I was like, oh, if I have the power then, I would have said, oh yeah, Bamiru. Because I want, and he said certain things to me on the night before he died. And you now know, after all this, after with all my strong woman charade, I didn't sleep for a whole year. For 1 whole year, I do not sleep. And when people see me in the afternoon, after 4 months, I started making up. I started looking, okay, I want to look my normal self. I do not want people to see me. I don't like sympathy. I don't like when people sympathize with me because it takes me to another level. So I do not want people to sympathize. I bring up this very strong woman charade, like, oh, I'm very strong, I'm so over it. But I did not sleep for a whole year. 1 whole year. You know, if I should, maybe I'm eating and immediately I finish eating, I just dozed off. If I dozed off by 7, if I should wake up by 9, I'm not sleeping again until the following day. So people are attacking Wunmi, people are attacking this, we grieve differently. And granted, I knew somebody that came to my DM. I was like, oh, so and they said your husband is dead and you are always online. What are you doing online when you just lost the husband? I just pray for that person. May what happened to me never happen to you.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry to interject you. Okay. You care for your husband when he was on the sick bed.
Of course I did.
Sorry for your loss. You said you lost your husband. Sorry for your loss. Were you taking to therapy? Were you there for him, or you were booking Indomie or
Ma, I was with my husband when he died. But after he died, thank God, because I have a therapist as a sister. I have a sister who, because after his death, I was seeing flashes. All the events of that day was happening to me live. You know, when you sit down, when you watch movies, like, okay, this thing, they say, they flashed back. It's not just movies. It happens in real life. I think that was about 2 weeks after. And I have to be, immediately, those things started happening. My sister would be like, anytime you feel like that, anytime you need to call, please, my sister is not in Nigeria, call me. And then we start talking about it. The way I'm saying it, I'm talking to her about it. I'm calling her. If it is 1 a.m. in the night, that thing starts again. I'm calling her. She's at that time for that 1 year, my whole family was supportive. I have to leave everything I was doing. And after a year, I left. We were living in Ibadan then. I went to my sister's place in Ekiti. After his death, I came to Akure to come and start a life for myself. Because nobody is going to keep contributing. I'm not somebody who loves or knows how to ask people for money.
Please,
so I started working myself.
Mama, please hold on. Sorry, ma'am. When did you hear that Mohbad mom called Wunmi that fateful day, and she said that Mohbad was sleeping?
I didn't hear about that.
Okay, I've not heard about that. Okay, how long have you been in this case?
It's not like you don't get what I'm saying. I said I'm not here to judge or to against anybody.
No, I know your story is very different and it's so emotional and so touching. You understand? I feel for you. So what I'm saying is that because in comment section, a lot of people are saying that did you wait for 24 hours to call the doctor, or because like they waited for 2 days before the nurse.
He died in the hospital. I didn't wait for any doctor. He died in the hospital. Yes, he died in the hospital.
My mobile phone was switched off. It's somebody that came from a concert supposed to update his fans that look at what happened that day. It's the way the show went on. You understand? We did not see anything like that. And the mother called, according to Mohbad, he's on social media. She called and Wunmi said the husband is sleeping. Anytime he returns from a concert like that, he don't normally pick up his phone. He loves to sleep. You understand? So the mother now still called again. He still said he's still sleeping. You understand? So because your own case is different. Mohbad, so why people are not saying that it's Wunmi that by him, but as a wife, you are supposed to be responsible.
Madam, please, can you let her talk? Are you the one that put her there too? Is it your platform? Let her talk. Give her the space to talk.
Okay. Sorry, ma'am. Please share your story with her.
So what I'm saying is, as a wife in Africa, when things like this happen, the first suspect is the wife. Let me just put it to you like that. As a wife, the first suspect when your husband died is the wife. And for people saying, Wunmi said they should go and row. If I were to be in a case, when mine happened, I believed he didn't die naturally. Even though the hospital said it was cancer, it's like, no, he didn't die naturally. If I have the power, if I have anybody that I can say that same thing to, I would have said that as well. I'm putting it to you. I don't know Wunmi. I don't know anybody from there. But I'm just talking from my own experience, how I felt when mine happened. And we grieve differently. And if you are not if you've not been in that shoes, you probably don't know how they feel. You don't know how it feels. And people saying, they did not probably she did not drop what is it called? Hospital report or something. When things like that happened, your brain are all over the place. When people were telling me, don't cry, look at the children, I was just like, when they said don't see him, I was like, why will I not see him? I went back inside.
I will interject in this one. Don't say that it was because of emotion. That's why she did not drop the hospital. No, because the doctor asked her to take the